Good afternoon, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Crazy price action. We will have to definitely be a little bit careful today, though.
Hello, my bro Sumita. How are you? Hello, guys. How are you? How are you? How are you? Mobashir? How are you? Nayo? Good afternoon, Jay. How are you? Everything's good? Everything's good. Let's see if we have news today. All right. Gonna have news at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. News. Long time to go. Long time. Very nice day today. Let's kill the markets. Hey guys, yesterday. Damn guys, did you see the drop yesterday? Crazy. Crazy drop yesterday. Crazy drop. Crazy. Hey, gonna be back. Just gonna grab his fuel, you know. Caffeine. Hello, Kin. How are you, bro? You good? You good? Yeah, bro. All good, all good. Ready for the day. Ready to kill the markets today. Let's go. It was a pretty good day yesterday, so let's replicate what we did yesterday. Yes, sir. Let's go. Replicate. Big drop, man. Full correction. Gold has been super bearish. Let's see. Kin, you take the trade yesterday? Looks like everyone took the trade yesterday. Even if you enter kind of late, you still get like minimum 60 pips. It depends of your plan, of your risk management, depends on everything. Yeah, but yeah, minimum 60 pips. If you let some runners run, or yesterday, if your runners are running, you're still in profit. That's facts. Yeah, probably today gonna be a really nice day too. Because we're gonna have news at 3, so probably market's gonna move a little bit now at the NY session. Because sometimes when we have news at 3, they want the best price to sell or to buy, so we can catch good moves at the NY session. Normally that's like that, but yeah, let's see what market give us. We don't gonna force anything. My bro Moss, how are you, man? My brother Moss. Moss has been killing the markets too.
Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing? Crazy consolidation, it seems like. Didn't do much of anything. How are you, Nino?
How are you, bro?
All good. How are you doing, my brother Moss? Hopefully you're good. What's happening, Samita, Mumbasher, Neo, J, Kinrel? I don't know how to pronounce it, but hopefully everyone is doing well. So it seems like when we ended our session yesterday, pretty much the markets, they just started to consolidate. That's amazing. Good for us. The harder the consolidation, the better the breakout, right? So let's just let it do its thing. Oh, we've got news coming in today as well, around 3 o'clock. Okay, that's completely fine. It's a news event, so it means the volatility will start to pick up after 3. Tomorrow we have 9 a.m. After that we have 1:30 unemployment claims coming up tomorrow. Should be a decent day. Another news event on Friday. So the next 2-3 days actually should be super decent. Let's just let it do its thing for a little bit because it is in a consolidation. I think anything within this will be super tricky to trade with. We sort of have to let it just give us some sort of a breakout, right? Seems like the lowest support level is all the way down here, and yeah, what sort of a reaction are we going to get near this area? Let's see. We'll start our analysis in the next 5 minutes or so. Let me just get my caffeine down. Trading and caffeine goes together for me. I can't do one without the other. Looking fresh, Nuno, man. Looking fresh. You see, bro, every time you get fresh trim, I zoom into your face so everyone can see it as well. What's happening, Ube? You good? Seems like gold has been consolidating. They gave you a pullback. We actually did catch this pullback yesterday. Knew it was this pullback, right? I think we caught it. Gave this pullback out, caught this pullback, and then from there it started to drop again now.
Yeah,
But they do have some liquidity to the downside, so it makes sense for them to drive the price down just a little bit more, and then once they can grab the cheapest price possible, usually with NY open, you get a move to one direction, and then the half one usually gives you that sort of opposite direction move. So again, we have seen a massive drop. Oh, the daily lows are being retested as well. The previous daily lows are here, the current daily lows are here as well at this point. So the scenario which I'm really anticipating is that sort of previous daily low breakout scenario. It kind of like breaks below the lows and then it ends up technically closing back above, giving you the fake out from the lows, right? Let's just let it settle down a little bit because it is in a consolidation, and so they need to give you that one aggressive breakout at least to the downside, grab some liquidity, some sort of a nice clean retest of this area here, and then from there, if we can start to see a massive rejection and a pump back up, that's the pump we can sort of like take. Did you change the risk settings, right?
Yeah.
Already? Okay, perfect. How's everyone doing in the YouTube live chat? How are you guys? Did you guys take anything today, or have you guys been staying away from the markets? There's a reason we stay away from the markets, and guys, again, like the purpose of this YouTube live stream is for all of us to make some money, right? What's happening, Lucas? What's happening? How is everyone doing? Guys, what I would do is I'll actually schedule tomorrow's live stream today, so you guys can sort of just turn the notifications on and it'll inform you as soon as we go live tomorrow. I'll do that for you guys today. Nuno, please remind me today, okay?
Okay.
Remember, we were supposed to do that yesterday as well, so let's do that today, okay? This way you guys will get the notification right away whenever we go live tomorrow, because sometimes I'll be off by 5-10 minutes depending on what I'm doing. Okay, caffeine's in my system. Let's go. Such a fiend when it comes to caffeine, honestly. Okay, guys, before we start the session, again, remember, everyone, keep it humble. Stick to your rules, stick to your guidelines. They are there for a reason. Keep your risk minimum. Keep it appropriate to your trading accounts, and wait for the setups to show up before you execute. If you are not sure about something, if you're not clear about something, if it doesn't make sense, then don't take it, right? So let's get back to the analysis, right? So again, we understand what the monthly's done at this point, right? We know that it's sort of like starting to sell off from the 50% area which we had marked out yesterday. Everyone saw what happened on the monthly yesterday, and I told you guys, look, if we see a massive rejection forming from that monthly 50% area, you will see gold selling off for the rest of the session, and that's exactly what happened, right? You saw the 30-minute candle giving you a rejection from this 50% area on the monthly. And once we saw a rejection from up here, you guys can see it for yourself. Gold literally sold off for the rest of the session. So again, my thing is, right now it's dropped a lot. At this point, gold has dropped a lot, so it needs to give you some sort of a correction, because again, you need to sort of go back to the basics, right? The basics being, how does your price action, aka structure, moves, right? So this is where you need to go back to your basics, and you need to understand, okay, price action moves in waves, right? So it will create wave 1, and then it will have to come back up to give you some sort of a sustainable retest, and then it will create the wave 2, right? So what they are doing now is they're taking the price down and they're giving you a break below the structure lows. So again, what is below the structure lows? Or below the structure lows is where you have a lot of liquidity as well as a lot of orders in the markets. So now, what business does the next candle have opening and breaking above? The only thing it should do is it should give you a pullback, and it should start selling off for the rest of the session, right? if they want to give you a bearish market once again. But if you see the next candle sort of opening and making this previous NY open candle invalid, then the idea holds that they have taken the cheapest price possible, they have taken the liquidity out, and now they want to give you the correction from yesterday. But once again, guys, we will be very fluid in the markets, right? If it is a sell-off, then obviously let's mark out the daily range. Before we mark out the daily range, what is the target on the weekly? Well, we have the previous weekly lows just down here, so let's mark this out. Previous weekly low area, previous weekly low area. So we know wicks get filled, wicks are targets, wicks are destinations. So on the weekly, this is our destination. How much time do we have left? We've got plenty and plenty of time left on the weekly, but this is your destination on the week if gold is bearish again on the intraday. So now this is where we have the daily range. We have the previous daily highs, previous daily lows, apologies, just down here, and we have our daily range. So let's mark out our daily range, this being the daily highs, which we understand are not a very sustainable high. It can be there can be a deeper retest seen in the markets later on, which doesn't mean it has to be now. It could be anytime, it could be later, but we understand going based off our strategy and, you know, just price action on gold, they need to give you some sort of a deeper retest on gold, right? Whereas when it comes to the daily lows, well, we are still forming new daily lows, so we technically need to let it do its thing. We've got another 3 minutes left before the NY session opens, but we do have the daily highs up here, and if we measure the daily range, how big is the daily candle so far? Roughly the daily candle is about 100 pips. We know gold can average out about 200 pips every single day. We did see a massive candle yesterday though. We did. That's exactly why markets have been consolidating, but we did see a very small candle on Monday. So I did tell you guys we could, you know, average out a 300 pip candle yesterday. Since due to the USD bank holiday, we only saw 100 pips on this candle here on Monday. So the yesterday's candle gave us the whole move. Now even the move which was pending from Monday. So that's how price action works, right? So now today's candle has a job to do as well. Either the job of this candle here is to give us a correction, or job of this candle here is to give us a wick fill, because again, wick fills are targets, right? So these are the two things we are looking out for. So again, as traders, we need to play a game of probabilities. We have our daily range marked out, we've got the highs, we've got the lows, and let's look at the 4H and see what the 4H is looking like. Again, guys, we need to understand one thing. There is a reason we don't look for any sort of trades for the first half an hour of the NY open, because majority of the times this is when your retail traders are getting stopped out, because a lot of the times they're grabbing the cheapest price possible. Try and understand the concept. How does trading work? If they want to buy the markets, they need to grab the cheapest price possible. So if they want to buy the markets, they need to bring the price down as low as possible, grab the cheapest price possible, and then start taking it back up. So this is what I call the dodgy candle that I like to stay away from, the NY open candle, right? So again, if the dodgy candle gets violated, then we are coming up for the daily highs and potentially past the daily highs, and this is where our correction scenario makes plenty of sense. Again, what do I mean by the correction scenario? Well, the correction scenario means intraday pullback. So if we just measure our 50% on the previous daily candle, this is our intraday pullback level. It's all the way up here. There we go. Let's mark out the lows, let's mark out the highs. Keep it very basic, keep it very simple, nothing complicated. This is the level, this is the pullback level, 43 being the pullback level, 43.19 to be precise. As you guys know, I love to be precise with my levels. Let's mark this out, change the color here. Look at the daily lows giving you rejections now as soon as we got the open, and most likely from here gold will start to fly all the way back up to the top side. Previous daily 50%, this is our correction level, and most likely the area we want to see gold giving us a retest of, once obviously the lows have been established. At the moment we don't know if the lows have been established. It could still dump, it could still come down, and then from there start pumping back up. Another, oh, that's that rejection, that's the rejection, that's the rejection, that's the rejection, guys, that's the rejection, guys. Oh, it's rejecting now. Oh, okay, let's give this a go, let's give this a go, let's give this a go as soon as it breaks up here. But how big your SL will be though, that's one thing I want to see. How big the SL? That's a massive SL. No, can't take it on this candle here because it's a massive SL. But I did anticipate this for them to technically break the lows and start pumping the price up. But it's the SL that's the issue, right? You do have plenty of room to the top side, but what about going off the previous? Yeah, the only issue is the SO. I think it'll be a smarter thing to stay out for the first 15 minutes. Let it sort of give you that sort of upper wick as well as a bottom wick on the 15-minute, and then the next 15-minute giving you that pullback area, and then you can technically use that pullback area as a SL. You will have to be willing to miss out on it. But yeah, this is exactly what I anticipated for gold to start pumping up from this area here, right? And that's exactly what we are seeing here in the markets now, a massive pump up. Again, it just made sense, right? And most likely it will start pumping past this area here as well, make it invalid, and just pump up for the rest of the session, because again, we do need that sort of upper wick now on the daily, and this will be the area which I'm interested in getting retested today, which is the previous daily 50%, the 43.19 area. But I think we do need some sort of closures, so we will just wait for at least a 15-minute closure. Let's measure out a range on the 4H candle that's open, the current 4H candle. Our 4H 50% area is just up here, and yeah, there's a very high chance that we will see gold pumping up. I can see that happening, honestly, I can. But I think, again, it's not just about anticipating where price will go. We need to sort of take something where we have a decent stop loss as well as a high R2R TP. Otherwise, I would definitely be interested in this, but we don't have any sort of a decent stop loss. If we want to trade best of the 5 minutes, fair enough, but we don't do that. That's not our strategy. We don't use 5 minutes for SLs. So this being your 4H area now, let's mark this out. Your 91.51, 1931.51. This is your 4H 50% area. So technically we are anticipating this 4H to become a rejection candle, right? The NY open grabbing the liquidity, and that being our first confluence, grabbing the cheapest price possible, right? Second confluence, the 4H giving us a rejection, and then obviously we will look for that sort of third confirmation being the closure above this. So if we can get some sort of a closure above this area here, then the idea holds. You get the first candle closing below the structure lows, and then you get the next candle breaking past the candle that closed below the structure lows, causing this downside fake out, right? So that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in this buy position, but it needs to set up for us. It really needs to set up, so we sort of need to wait for it, let it do its thing. But I am super interested in a buy position from up here. But as I said, it has to give us some sort of a closure above this. Once we can get a closure above this, from there, obviously you got to understand wicks are targets. Target number 1 will be the current 4H highs. Yeah, this would be your target 1. Once we start to go past this area here, then your daily highs are getting retested. So going back to our playbook, sticking to our system, we are looking for 4H 50%. Retest 4H 50% breakout. Bro, I am dying here. It's so cold. The AC is on like probably whoa, it's crazy, bro. It's so hot yesterday, but in my room it's freezing, bro. I'm literally, damn, I need to go turn the AC down. Holy, turning into a popsicle here. Ice, whatever you call it. I can't even talk right now. It's crazy, damn. But yeah, anyway, this is what we are interested in, and that's what we're looking for. Again, understand the daily range. Your daily has only moved about roughly how many pips altogether? 120 pips. So you still have some more room to the downside as well as to the top side, right? Look at your 4H. 4H is actually quite bearish. If we can get a closure below this support area here on the 4H, then yes, the next one can give us a break. And this will be our wick fill area. And so we can look for some sort of a sell-off. But for me to even be interested in some sort of a sell-off, I would need that sort of breather candle or like a support candle and then break of the support candle, right? That's something I would be interested in. Until then, as I've mentioned, I would be most likely looking for a pump back above this area, break past this area, and then from there start looking for that pump. Until then, obviously gold is super bearish at the moment. You know, we do have a closure candle here, and this candle here is giving us that breakout here. You know, we have this scenario where, as I mentioned earlier, previous weekly lows being the target. It can be achieved. But you know, it's an open candle. We don't know how this candle will close. It could give you a very nice clean drop, but it can also end up closing as a rejection candle. And so next candle opening also being the new 4H candle, being a super volatile open, can give you that upper wick retest and a break back above the highs. So again, it's a game of just patience now, sort of like waiting for your trade to show up and executing on it when it does show up. At the moment, it will be very silly for us to start selling gold. It is super low. Like, understand where price is trading at the moment, and it's trading at basically your consolidation lows. You know, this is a consolidation which has been holding for such a long time, guys, and you're literally trading at the consolidation lows. You haven't gone past the lows. If you were trading past this area, then fair enough, but you're trading at the consolidation lows. So sort of selling the markets is the riskiest thing that you can do, in my opinion, because this consolidation is a HTF consolidation, right? Higher time frame consolidation. So you do want to be careful. We do actually have a scenario here, HTF consolidation fake out. See, HTF range fake out is one of our scenarios here. And so again, as I mentioned, in order for this to be a fake out, we just need this candle here to start rejecting and start giving us that closure above. Let's mark the daily range again. You have new daily lows at this point now. New daily lows have been established at this point. Again, we're anticipating some sort of a rejection and a closure back above this 4H 50% area, which also changes now since we've got a new low for the 4H candle as well as the daily candle. So let's also change our 4H area. As you guys know, I love to be precise with my angles. That's why my TPs and SLs are always precise, because I don't like to be lazy on the charts. I like to be very active on the charts. So our new 50% area is 30.82. That's our new 50% area on the 4H, and we can see gold is giving us rejections now once again. We've got another 7 minutes left, I think. 7 more minutes left before this candle comes to a closure. So once this candle comes to a closure, we should be able to look for something. Again, it's a clean day today, so it will be heavily influenced by technicals. Later we've got fundamentals coming up, but until then it's a clean day, guys. It is a clean day, so it's a safe bet looking for a technical signal today. So yeah, you guys can see this again, as I mentioned earlier. Even though it seems like it's selling off, to a certain extent they're just trapping as much liquidity as they can, and they're also grabbing the cheapest price that they can grab on gold. So most likely now gold will start pushing up for the rest of the day. You will most likely see the price pumping all the way back up, and this scenario of ours, this is on our playbook playing out, which is the HTF range fake out. It means higher time frame range, this being the higher time frame range, giving us a fake out, right? Look at this. This is the range, this is the closure below, and this is the fake out, and this is the rejection. And so there we go. I think on the next 15-minute candle, I will be interested in some sort of a buy position, to be honest with you guys. But it really depends what sort of a closure they give me on this 15-minute candle. But I will be interested in a buy position, and I will be conservative. Well, not conservative, I will be a little bit impulsive with the buy position, and I will have these SLs here. So it will be sort of an impulsive SL, but it really depends on how this candle gives me a closure. Your SL will go around this area. It will have to be a little bit bigger, but you know, if you've got the range to the top side, if the R2R allows you to take it, then you take it, right? But that's kind of what my idea is with this position. But I need to see an engulfing bullish closure on this candle here, right? If it gives me like a, indecisive closure, then I'll most likely wait for that 30-minute confirmation. But if this does start to give me some sort of engulfing closure on this 15-minute candle, then I want to see the next candle giving me a minimum pullback and just pumping up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for a buy position above this with the next 15-minute candle. It makes plenty of sense. It's in our playbook. It's a very high probability scenario here. So the break of this, I'm interested in a buy position. But again, with the next in the next 4 minutes, with the next 15-minute. And so now the pullback is also done. So yeah, this is the scenario which I'm interested in at this point. SLs will have to be somewhere down here, because this is where you need to sort of look to the left. You have to see which areas are being respected. And yes, to be honest with you, because the 4H 50% is the major key level which we want to see gold respecting, right? This is that area. Well, we do need it to start holding this level here then, you know. Couple pips below this should be good. Couple pips below this area here should be a decent SL. Engulfing bullish closure on this candle, next one breaking the highest, makes it a valid position to the top side in my opinion. It really does, honestly. You know, everything makes sense. It's a very nice closure we are seeing on this candle if it gives us an engulfing bullish closure. Again, it's in our playbook. As I mentioned earlier, you know, the scenario which I am looking forward to is that sort of previous daily 50% area being retested, and this is where you are seeing that sort of sustainable price action in the markets, right? Again, look at your intraday range. It's only about 130 to 140 pips. You can, this is such a realistic play. Even if they do give you this pump back up, it's a very realistic play, guys. Or I've also discussed the other scenario, which is the sell position. If they give you a bullish closure here, but it ends up closing as a breather candle. If you guys have been joining our streams, then you know what breather candle is. And the next candle technically gives you a break past this area. Then again, as I've mentioned, the wick-fill area being the previous weekly lows, being the wick-fill area will be the target, and it will most likely start to sell off. But if it doesn't give me this sort of closure that I want to see on this candle in the next 2 minutes, then I will be staying out of this buy position and I will be waiting for that 30-minute closure instead. Because again, this is the scenario we're looking forward to trading, which is the HTF range fakeout rather than a range breakout. Or it could also be, if it is a fakeout, it could also be a breakout, HTF range breakout. That's another scenario that could take place, right? So we sort of have to be fluid in the market, and yeah, we need to be prepared for anything, right? But again, being sensible as traders, we understand how low gold is. Does it really make sense for you to start selling the markets? It's at weekly lows, it's at daily lows, it's at 4H lows, and anything can take place. You know, they can cause a fake out from the range, they can cause a rejection from here, because this being your target, which is only about, like, I think 30 pips away. No, it's not even, yeah, it's about 30 to 40 pips away. So does it make sense for you to sort of look for a sell position here? It's very dangerous. It's very risky in my opinion. I would rather, you know, sit on my hands and wait for this buy scenario to set up. Again, it's on our playbook, so this is very systematic. If it sets up, I would take it because it's on my playbook. Everything on my playbook, it's tracked. You guys can see this. We've got these playbook setups. They've all been tracked. Years and years of tracking, guys. So if this shows up, I will take it because I've taken this many times before. So it's just a system that I have in place now, and it's just very stress-free way of trading. If this 4H rejects, I'm expecting it to give me a fake out. Or again, what could happen is, think about it, right? How does usually the structure form? How does the fake out structure form? Well, they will give you a closure below the most recent support area, and then this will seem like a fake, this will seem like a breakout candle, right? Closing below the support area, and then the next candle which will open will just pump straight past the breakout candle basically. So that's how the fake out structure forms. So if we get this candle here closing below this most recent support area, also being the HTF range low area, the next one breaks the highs, there we go, the scenario still holds. But it's again all about waiting now. You sort of just need to wait and let this play out. So which price should we buy, please? Again, you have to wait for your confirmations. You need to understand that you are a trader. you are a trader, so you're waiting to see which price you can buy or sell at. At the moment, it doesn't make sense for us to buy anything because we don't have the confirmations, the signals which we need as traders. But as I mentioned, if we get a really bullish closure on this candle here and the next candle breaks the highest, then we can buy at 1933. It's a decent area to start buying at. At the moment, would I buy gold? No. Would I sell gold? No. Would I stay out of gold? Yes. That's the only thing I'm interested in doing, just staying out of the markets, staying super disciplined and waiting for my setup to show up and then executing without hesitation when it shows up. So again, another thing I do want to mention is the 1 hour candle, your 1H candle. Again guys, same exact scenario. The next 1H can open, break the highest, taking you all the way to the sky, all the way to the moon. Even on the 1H, it seems like a fake out is setting up. It seems like a fake out is setting up on the 30 minutes. Oh, okay. Look at the 15 minutes. Look at the 15 minute. It might be setting up for us, guys. This trade here might be setting up for us on the break of this, because again, fake out scenario makes sense. On the break of this, it really does make sense. If they have that sort of volatile factor in the markets, this is becoming the biggest liquidity play in the markets. This is becoming your fake out. So break of this, but what you could do is, if like, you can look for a position on the break of this, but you have to be super careful, right? You need to technically make it risk-free as soon as it gives you this spike up. So this is where you want to make it like risk-free if you do take this. It's a valid position because it makes sense, right? This is one of our setups on the playbook, and we'll let the probabilities do its things. The SOs can go below the current lows, because otherwise you will have such a massive SO if you don't use this area. It's the same area being respected. On the break of this, we can look for it, and you need to sort of make it risk-free as soon as you can, because again, you need to understand the next 4H is just creeping around the corner. So if you can make it risk-free, this will be a 20 pip pop, 20 pip play just up here, and you got numerous rejections here to the left as well. You can make it risk-free here. So this is the area where you can make it risk-free. But again, you know, when you get the initial 10 pip spike, you can make it risk-free, and this could be like your TP1 area if you do look for this trade here. TP1 area could be here if you do look for this buy setup. If they do start to break past this area, the trade becomes quite valid in my opinion, but we do need that volatile factor to be on our side. And if it does it in the first 10 minutes, it's valid. If it's doing it in the last 5 minutes, then it's a bit tricky, because I would like to stay out of the markets and wait for that new 4H to open and give me something decent, right? So that's the idea which I am interested in. So I just need to let it play out now. Again, it's on my playbook, so I'll give it a go. And my main target on this trade will be the previous daily 50% area. So from the entry to the main target, that's roughly about 90 to 100 pips TP. Just like yesterday, we gave this trade out all the way from up here, and it gave us around 200 pips. Is sort of the same thing we're interested in, but I will stay very humble today, and I will be in and out of the markets because I understand a lot of the news is coming in later today as well as tomorrow and also Friday. So they can give you some sort of rangy market. So, you know, you want to be very grateful with what we've done so far. We've been on a crazy winning streak, and you want to be very humble. So if we can take 20-30 pips here, let's take it and make it risk-free and let the rest just run. Secure partials, let the rest run. And yeah, if it pays you, it pays you. Another successful day here, right? But it makes sense now. It really does make sense, right? This whole setup here makes sense. Our 4H is rejecting. We're seeing a fake out forming here. Look at this. This was the candle here, closing as a closure candle, closing below this candle, closing below the structure. What business does this have breaking back above? The only business that this candle has breaking above is because it wants to cause a downside fake out. So it means if it's a downside fake out, then we will see some sort of a pump. And so our target will be the daily range, the daily highs being all the way up here. This will be your TP1, where you will apply risk management, make it risk-free, and then the main key area which you want to see called retesting is your daily highs, which is again 40 pips away from your TP1, and then you've got the main TP, the previous daily 50%. If it goes past it, then the sky's the limit. Again, it's about the timing as well. It really depends when they give you this spike up. If they do give you some sort of a small bullish candle and the new 4H opens and it breaks the lows, then you've got the target here, which is the previous weekly lows. So I can also annotate how your sell position can set up, right? So imagine you have this bearish candle. Hold up, let me just change the color. Imagine you have this bullish candle here, right? It kind of looks like this. It's closing like this, you know. It's leaving a wick to the top side. It's closing with just a very small upper wick, and it's closing. It's kind of like a indecisive candle, right? And now you got the new 4H candle opening. The new 4H opens. Let's say it pumps and pumps and pumps, and then from there it starts to dump. The minute it starts to now break the lows here, guess what's happening now? This is that sort of support candle which I told you guys about. The minute your 4H opens, it rejects and it gives you a retest of this key area. It rejects this area. It will start to give you a drop down to our target for the lows. Our target for the sell position is the previous weekly low area. So it really depends. This could be your pullback candle. Next one could be your breakout candle to the downside, respecting this structure here and actually giving you a breakout. Otherwise, you will see this candle here giving you some sort of a closure back above this area here. And the 4H candle just giving you that pump to the top side. So we do need to wait just a little bit more. It's a game of orders and we need to see where the order flow is. And yeah, let's just all have patience. When it sets up, we will take it together without hesitation. But this will be your entry area. Man, trading is such a beautiful thing. Honestly, it like teaches you to be the best version of yourself. Like you have to have patience. You've got to be willing to miss out on so many things. And if you are a wreck, then you cannot control your emotions, then it will just like consume you. But if you can really just stay in the markets and stay out of taking anything until you know what you are looking for, and then as soon as that thing you're looking for shows up and you just execute without hesitation, it just shows your character as a human being. It just shows your character, right? And so trading is such a beautiful business. Honestly, it's such a beautiful business. And guys, think about it, right? Think about it. Like people are going to work at their 9 to 5s today. How much are they going to make? Like I live in the UK, maybe they'll make £100 or less or even more. It depends, right? But we can just sit here and all we need to do is press one button and we'll end up making, you know, someone's weekly wages or monthly wages. It depends if you're funded. You know, I've helped so many of my students get funded with 6-figure accounts. And so, you know, if you're funded with a 6-figure account, you take one trade risking 1%, you've just made $1,000 profits, $2,000 profits, $3,000 profits. So it just kind of like shows you what money really is. Money is just a number which goes up and it goes down. And this is where trading kind of like shows you how you can make so much money in such a small amount of time, but at the same time that quick money can also leave very quickly as well. It comes very quickly, it leaves very quickly. So this is where we professionals have systems in places, right? When we're gaining the money, we're gaining it at a very steady pace and we're also losing it at a very steady pace. If you start gaining it very quickly, you will also lose it very quickly. So this is where we have patience, right? We're very disciplined. We will wait for the trade to show up. As soon as it shows up, we will execute, right? But the execution, when we do execute, it will all be very calculated, right? The risk will be calculated beforehand. I will know exactly how much I will lose on this trade when I take it. I know exactly how much I will win when I take it. So it's all very calculated, right? So this is where we also have the risk to reward that kicks in. You also have the win rate. So for us personally, our R2Rs are minimum of 1-to-1 every single day. Well, we have different approaches in the markets. We don't usually get our 1-to-1 from just one trade, but we average out about 2 trades a day. So at the end of the day, the outcome is positive because of the way we sort of strategize our risk management, right? We will be doing our session soon as well on our risk management. But again, the point being, right, we have a very high win rate. We have a decent risk management in place. And that's what makes us profitable. It's not taking 10-20 trades a day. I don't care about where price goes. I don't want to predict where price goes. I just want to worry about where price needs to be in terms of like my setup. If I need price to be here for my setup to play out, then that's the only area I'm worrying about. Other than that, I don't care about this area. I don't care about this area. I don't care about any other areas. I just want to see what happens when it gets to my key area. So this again, where like you're not chasing the price, you're letting the price come to you. So you're very calm and collected, you know, you're chilling, you're relaxing, you have a calm mindset, a calm mental state. You don't have any sort of psychological pressure on yourself, because again, it's a very psychological game. The minute it comes to you, you're thinking logically now, but when you're trying to chase every single pip, the logic just leaves, trust me, it leaves. So this is where, again guys, as a human being, we can make 1 to 2 to 3, I think, calculated decisions every single day. So that's where 1 to 3 trades a day is the sweet spot that I've seen works for me. And again, so if I know I only have the power to make 1 to 2 good decisions every single day in terms of trading, then I want to make sure that I make the right decision, because I know if I make the wrong decision now, then I'm done for the day, because I'm very disciplined, right? I have a loss limit in place. So again guys, the point being, this is part of the game. You will have to wait, you will have to stay out of it. This is why we do the YouTube live streams, right? Just so you get to see how, you know, we actually make a living out of this business. And you know, it's 90% just waiting, guys. This is me being so honest with you guys. It's just 90% waiting, honestly. And whenever it shows up, we execute without hesitation, because I always understand before I take a trade that the trade can go against me. That's just a possibility of this business, right? I mean, all thanks to the Lord, for the past week and even this week, we haven't even taken a single loss, because you know, we have that high win rate in you know, it works for us. But at the end of the day, it's a high win rate, but it's not 100% win rate. So even before I take a position, I know a loss can occur. So this is where I always stay grounded, I always stay humble before I take any positions. I know I have to stick to the risk management guidelines that I have for my you know, for the month or for the week, right? So you know, there is everything here. We've got the risk management sheets, we have our playbooks, and you know, when you start to align everything together and then obviously merge the experience with it and everything else, it just makes you so successful in this business, guys, honestly. And I want everyone here to kind of like get to that level where everyone is just set here printing money every single day. That's kind of what my vision is for this YouTube live stream. But again, I don't want you guys to blow your accounts up. I want to do this in an ethical manner where I can really help you guys change your lives as well. Because guys, you know, the opportunity is there. You don't need to now build a portfolio where, like, you know, you need to have like a track record so you can get investors. You don't need to. Who cares about investors now when you have prop firms, right? So that's it. The opportunity is there. It's the digital age now. It's the digital era. We can all become millionaires together. It's trillions of dollars are being traded every single day in the market. So when I say every single person here who's watching can become a millionaire from trading, this is me being so realistic with you guys, because there are trillions of dollars that we can take from. So us taking a couple millions from the markets doesn't even affect the markets. It doesn't change anything in the markets. That's how much money there is. But again, it has to be done in the right way. There is a process, right? There's a blueprint. So this is the blueprint. It's 90% waiting. You have to have patience. You need to be very calm. And when the opportunity shows up, for us, the opportunity is up here. When it shows up, we execute without hesitation. Another area I do want to look out for is that daily 50% area, because I know gold tends to give you a rejection from that key level as well. So as long as our entry is above the daily 50%, I'm still very happy to take this trade. And it seems like our entry is actually above that daily 50% area, but just for the extra confidence, just so it gives me a bit more confidence, I would also like to mark that daily 50% area, and then from there we are also getting that daily 50% breakout, essentially, right? And that's what we are anticipating on gold, daily 50% breakout, 4H 50% breakout, and then from there we will take it uptown, straight to the moon. Okay, let's mark out the daily 50% area on gold, which is again a major key level for us. So let's mark this out. It will be your 1932.64 level, 64 level. daily 50% area. Again, guys, I do want to mention something, that the markets have been consolidating, right? The markets have been consolidating. So, you know, there is a high chance where we can see maybe a breather candle on the daily today. It means that we've seen such a volatile play last week. Markets were super volatile due to a lot of news being there, yesterday being super volatile. You know, there is that possibility where we can see some sort of breather day today, right? It means the markets just kind of go dead. So we'll give it to like NYSE and you know, a couple more sort of like maybe another 2-3 30-minute candles. But if we don't see any sort of volatility, then again, remember, you're thinking about the next 3 to 4 moves. You're not thinking about what we can do today. Again, guys, mindset is very important. This is like playing chess, right? You need to think about it. If the opportunity is not hit today, what can you do? You can save this risk. So everyone has risk, right, for the day. You can save the risk today, and then you can risk double tomorrow, right? Because you've got news coming in. So you're playing chess, right? You're thinking about, okay, cool, what's the smartest thing I can do? Well, maybe around 3 o'clock volatility will, you know, start to pick up. That's when I can take a trade. Or maybe if there is nothing today, I can take a trade tomorrow, because we've got news coming in tomorrow at again 1:30 and also 3 o'clock. So you see how you can even have a no trade day today and just risk it all for the biscuit tomorrow. Do you see where I'm coming from? So we'll give you a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, this seems like your breather candle, and most likely if we start to break past this, you will start to see gold coming down. But again, guys, the only concern of mine is the range. That's the concern of mine, right? It's the range, and it's the first 5 minutes of this 4H candle. So there is that sort of scenario where it could give you a breakout now. And what it could do is it could give you just a little retest, and then from there start pumping the price back up, forming a double bottom on the weekly as well as a double bottom on the 4H. So this is our new scenario. Let me just... Okay. So this being our new scenario, it will be 4H double bottom. We have traded this numerous times. So that being one of our scenarios, 4H double bottom. Very nice. So that's something which we will be interested in as well, that can set up. Again, remember, we have been investigating this 4H open, and it usually gives you a one-sided play, and it's a very aggressive play as well. So if we do see some sort of a break above this, we do have the lows down here, which we can start using as our stop losses. And you know, guys, once we have a break above this, we can start looking for that buy position. Whereas if we don't get a break above and it wants to start selling off, then this is your pullback candle. Below this, you have a valid sell position, which makes plenty of sense to start working out. But again, it's a game of probabilities, right? What are the probabilities that you will see gold rejecting from this key major area, which is the previous weekly low area? You know, it's a very tricky play when you're trying to sell the daily lows and you're trying to sell the weekly lows. That's where you can become part of the wick, you can become part of the liquidity, right? So again, if you want to stay away from the markets when markets are basically generating liquidities, then never sell the lows when the daily has pushed down so much, when the weekly has pushed down so much, right? This is education for you guys. Always try and trade the highs or the lows only if the daily has only moved about 50 to 100 pips, right? But when it has exceeded 100 pips, guys, especially when yesterday the daily was super volatile, there's a very high chance that you can get wicked out. Very high chance. Look, it's moved about 130 pips. Is it really sensible to sell the lows here when you've got the key target area just lurking around here? And we can look to the left and see numerous rejections from this area here. What would the sensible thing to do will be to just wait for this to start breaking out? If they do actually want to start breaking past the previous weekly lows, just wait for some sort of a pullback. So again, what's happening with the pullback now is that you've got this sort of range on the daily, right? Because we like to trade the daily range. So if I like to trade the daily range, this is my daily range, right? And so me technically selling the markets here becomes very risky, because even if it wants to give me a slight pullback, it will take me out, right? Because majority of the times, if you know how the daily price action works, it will give you a pullback up to the 50% area, right? That's exactly what happened on the monthly yesterday, and then you guys saw gold selling off for the rest of the session, right? So if I know this is a scenario which can take place, well, then I can just wait for this area here to get retested, wait for some sort of a resistance candle to form, and then start selling the markets. Then this becomes my range, and I'm taking my TPs here, and that's it, I'm done, right? But when I start to try and force a trade and try and start selling the markets when it's at daily lows, then I can start becoming part of the 90%, which are going to most likely become liquidity. And these are the retail traders, right? At the end of the day, we are retail traders. So you need to try and understand these concepts in the markets, right? If you want to take the safest trade possible, understand where you are trading on the daily range. And then this is where you need to start to plot your setups, plot your scenarios. For me, the most sensible trade to take will either be the breakout above this to start basically coming back up to retest the daily highs, because I know this area here is achievable on the daily range, right? The daily range has given you a retest of this, so there is a very high chance that I can see a double retest here if we start to go past this area here, okay? Otherwise, it can give you a pullback from here, and it can still be super bearish on the intraday, but it just can give you a pullback and start forming some sort of a resistance candle here, and then we can start selling the markets like this, right? And imagine when you have the resistance candle, then you have a decent stop loss and you have a decent area that you can target to the downside, right? So that's kind of what trading really is about when you're trading these daily ranges. And again, we're not swing traders, we're scalpers as well as intraday traders, right? And so this is where you kind of have to be willing to miss out on majority of these plays, because you want to take something which is very sensible. It's not about taking anything that you can take in the markets. If that was the case, guys, we would have taken 20 trades by now. Trust me when I say this, I was crazy. Tell them about 1 minute time frame, me and 1 minute time frame scalping. Tell them about it. Like, trust me, I'm crazy. I know how to catch the lows and everything, but it's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So this is where you need to be sensible, honestly. I've dabbled into every single thing you guys can imagine. I've been trading for 5 years. I've dabbled into every single thing you guys can imagine. So my thing is now, right, I've made my trading very stress-free, because if I understand that this is a psychological game. So the smartest way for me to approach the markets is the least stressful way. That's the smartest way. So the least stressful way will be trading this daily range from a sensible point in the markets, right? So my area of interest in the markets will be the mid range on the daily, because I know from here it can either give me a nasty rejection, then I've got all of this range to the downside, or it can give you a really massive breakout, then I've got this range to the top side. Whereas if I start to trade this now, I understand I don't know how much it can drop, because I cannot predict. No one can predict unless you're an inside trader. You cannot predict. It can drop million pips. Okay, realistically, it can drop 100 pips, or it can just drop 5 pips and reject. Do you guys see where I'm coming from, right? So the most sensible thing I can do as a trader is just be willing to miss out on this and let the price come to me rather than chasing the price. And this is where we've got our playbook and we've got all of these setups. And as soon as one of these setups it shows up, we will take it. Another setup that we have is actually the previous weekly lows fake out, right? So if it goes down to the previous weekly lows, we can also start looking for those buy positions from down there, because we have that in our playbook as well. If I show you guys, we've got so many setups here, guys. If you do join our private team, you will get access to every single thing that we use to, you know, turn our trading systematic. So let's mark out the daily lows once again. You always have to be very active on the charts, can't be lazy. You have to change your levels every time there is a new low or there is a new high, because again, we're scalping the markets and we are also daily traders, intraday traders, so we have to be very precise with our angles. Let's also mark out the 4H level now, which we understand has also changed. Well, the current 4H level will be somewhere around here, right, being the 28 to the 27 range. But the minute we start to actually close back above the 50% of the previous 4H, then think about it, right? How do you trade these candlesticks? Well, these candlesticks are very simple to understand. They have the highs and they have the lows. If we start to go past the 50% area, which is the mid range, right, against again becomes a game of probability. Well, if gold is trading above the 50% area, then there is a very high chance it wants to come up. So this is where now we have our 4H range. 4H range being obviously this 35 level. That's why this is our TP1 if we enter the market here, because we understand that this is your target one. Once the target one has been achieved, they can start selling off again. This is where we apply risk management, make it risk-free, secure some profit, and if it gives you a breakout, then we're letting it run for the rest of the day. So as you guys see how it was super fluid, I also understand that it can reject from here as well as it can give you a breakout, it can also give you a rejection. So again, we're being super sensible here, and we're sort of just waiting for the price to come to our level, and then from there we'll take it. But at the moment, as I said guys, it's super tricky for me to look for any sort of sell positions. I have to stay out of the markets. I'm not comfortable with selling gold when it's trading at all-time lows. I will be interested in taking a buy position, but again, when I do have my confirmations. At the moment, it's in a clean downtrend, and I would not go against the trend unless I have a sensible confirmation, which will be a 30-minute confirmation most likely. But it really depends. It depends what sort of volatility, what sort of volatile factor kicks into the markets. If it is super volatile, then I'm also interested in taking a 15-minute confirmation. But it really just depends, right? There's so many factors I look for. Also, I do want to mention one thing which I can see setting up is this 15-minute fake out, because look, they are forming double rejections from the lows and they are forming the fake out structure. How does the fake out structure form? Let me try and annotate on Zoom. Again, education for you guys. They will give you a break below the support area, the most recent support area. They will give you a closure below the most recent support area, this being the closure, this being the break, and the next candle will open up. Let's say if it opens here, it will give you a very tiny pullback, and it will give you a very aggressive move in the opposite direction, causing a fake out. This is what a fake out is, right? It seems like it's going to drop, but then the next candle opens and it gives you a move in the opposite direction with a lot of aggression. Why is there a lot of aggression in the markets? Because it's a game of orders, right? They're grabbing majority of orders down here to start now giving you the TP1 area, because they have to do some sort of profit taking as well, right? That is a game of orders. They will release some pressure here, they will take some orders off, or they will add some pressure here, they will add some more orders, and this is where again the order flow will show us you know, if they're adding the orders or if they're taking the orders off. If there is again decent order flow here, then we should see gold spiking up to our daily area. If there are no orders there, then you should see a decent rejection from here, and then most likely the bearish momentum in the market should kick in again, and we should see a retest of the daily lows. Because again, you need to sort of see this in terms of consolidation, right? Daily range is your daily consolidation. So if markets are consolidating within the daily area, then it will either come down to retest the lows or retest the highs, right? So this is where you just need to wait for it, and you need to just play the game of probabilities. That's how simple trading really is, you know. Guys, while we are waiting, if anyone has questions about our strategy, be my guest and ask us. We are on a crazy winning streak, guys. We also have a like goal of 40 likes today. If you guys can make it happen for us, we will be very grateful. Again, you know, we're really grateful here. All thanks to God for giving us, you know, the power to learn the skill set and also display our skills in front of all of you guys. And you know, we will try and help as many lives. We will try and help you guys change your lives if we can, and that's our target, honestly. Again guys, we've got the next 15 minutes, which again will be the last 15 minutes where the fake out can start to form here, and then the next 30-minute being the key open, because it is the New York Stock Exchange markets opening. So again guys, it's about timing everything, right? So when I want to time my positions, what would the most sensible thing for me to do is for me to wait for the New York Stock Exchange open and then time my position with the volatility, right? Because again, if I want to take a trade, what can give me edge in the markets? Well, edge in the markets being my key level, edge in the markets being volatility, edge in the markets being my confirmations, edge in the market being my confluences. So now I have my confluences. I will look for this confirmation, which will be the fake out. I will have the volatility coming in the next 15 minutes because of the New York Stock Exchange open. And I have, guess what, my confluence from the higher time frames, which, is suggesting that gold needs to give me some sort of a pullback. So you see all of these things aligning together gives me that edge in the market, but I do need to wait for the edge to set up before I can take anything, right? Otherwise, if it is a breakout, as I've mentioned, most likely, yes, you can see gold still selling off, but the only reason I want to stay out of it is because it is trading at daily lows. I'm not interested at selling the daily lows. It's something I don't feel comfortable doing, so I'm always willing to miss out on it. I don't have any sort of FOMO, guys. So that's something you guys will always notice I don't do, is sell the daily lows or buy the daily highs if gold has moved more than 100 pips, especially when you had such a volatile play yesterday, right? You can expect some sort of consolidation, and there are signs of consolidation, which again we can see, right? So again, there are no guarantees that you will see something volatile today. It might just be very slow markets. So if I know that there is a chance that we will see very slow markets, I want to play the consolidation. I don't want to go against the consolidation. So if I want to play the consolidation lows are down here. So if I want to play the consolidation, I'm looking to start buying gold, right, rather than selling gold. Look at your 4-hour candle as well. It does not have an upper wick. Would you ever consider taking a position when there is no upper wick? Yes, if there is a lot of volatility in the markets, but we don't have any sort of volatility there at the moment. So again, selling the markets, it's kind of tricky. Can it play out? Yes, it can, but it's tricky. And you've got the NYSE coming up real soon, which is what I'm interested in. Lovely stuff, Danial. Appreciate it, Matteo. Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate the support, guys. But yeah, as I've mentioned, guys, we need to wait for that volatile factor to kick in. Once it does kick in, we should be able to take that sort of pump back up, which I am interested in. Even on the 30-minute candle, you guys can see there is no upper wick. They're just giving you a retest here as well. They haven't given you a valid breakout. Another thing, whenever we look for those entries, you guys remember, right? I've mentioned many times, I look for at least a 5-pip breakout below the lows before I enter the markets. So even, let's say, if we were looking for a sell position here, right, our sell stops would not get triggered. I mean, I'm saying sell stops, but we manually take sell positions. We don't have sell stops or buy stops. But let's say if it was sell stops, right, just to keep it simple, it would not have been triggered because it would have been 5 pips below the lows. So again, this is basically just a retest, right? It's not a breakout. So think about it. You've still got 13 minutes left now before this candle here comes to a closure. So if this candle now ends up giving you a bullish closure above the 4H 50% area, then guess what? You've got two confirmations now. You've got double rejections. You've got two bullish closures on the 30 minutes. The next one breaks the highs above the 4H 50% area. Let's take it up. Most likely it will come up to at least the daily 50% area, right? So again, you've got this range that you can start trading within. If we see a bullish closure on this candle, engulfing bullish closure, I will be interested in taking that position, placing the SOs below this, and I will target the daily 50% area. And this entry area will become my take profit area. So it just depends what sort of a closure we get. If it is a decent closure, we'll look for some positions with the New York Stock Exchange volatility, and we will, rather than taking an entry here, take our profits here, and then TP1, which obviously is this area here, if we do enter here, will become our TP2 area, and then we've got the TP3 area, and then the main and final TP being 1943. That's the key level I want to see gold retesting today, but again, it depends if we have volatility in the markets. So where should be sell stop, please? Again, I don't recommend any sell stops. I don't recommend any buy stops. I don't recommend that sort of trading, because it doesn't work like that, guys. Because when you sort of have sell stops and when you have buys, okay, let me try and explain it to you guys. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you guys. Look, imagine, right, you have a sell stop. How does sell stop work? Sell stop meaning you have a lot size saved, which you use every single day. So today, if your stop loss is, let's say today your stop loss is, let's say 50 pips, right, and you have a sell stop of, let's say 10 lots, you have a buy stop of 10 lots here, right, 10 lots. Today your risk will be 50 pips and your lot size is 10 lots. But if tomorrow your stop loss is, let's say 20 pips, why would your lot size still be 10 lots? Now it can be 30 lots, right? But imagine if on Friday your stop loss, as an example, right, is 100 pips, which it never is for us, and your lot size is 10 lots. It doesn't make sense, guys. Buy stops and sell stops, they don't make sense. So this is where you need to manually execute. When you have a stop loss, you need to calculate how big your stop loss is, and going based off the stop loss, you need to have an appropriate lot size. So sell stops and buy stops, it's not something realistic unless you have the exact same stop loss every single day. And how can you have an exact same stop loss every single day? Every single day market conditions are different. So I don't understand how people have 10-20 pip stop losses every day. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion. It really doesn't, because every single day market conditions are different. When you're and if it's a psychological game, why are you putting so much pressure on yourself to place a 10-20 pip stop loss? If you know how to calculate your positions, you can also place a 100 pip stop loss as long as your position is calculated. So again, guys, sell stops and buy stops, it's a risky play unless you can calculate your positions, right? But do you keep changing your stop loss once you go into profits, right? Yes, we can start training our stop losses. So also how it works is, as an example, let's say I've entered the markets here and markets have given me my TP1 area. Maybe I don't want to close 50% at TP1. I want to let my whole position run. Now I will move my stop loss from up here to up here, and I would not close any partials. I would let it run. Now let's say price has spiked up to my TP2 area. Now I will move my stop loss from here to up here. So you see how you're trailing your stop losses in profits. That's called trailing your stop losses. Another approach is, as soon as you get these TPs, you secure 50%, you close partials. You know, this way your position, 50% of your position is secured, 50% of your position is running. Up here you secure another 50%. So it really depends. If you have a really big account size, then it makes sense to use this approach, because again, guys, if you have 100 lots running and you're closing 50 lots here, that's a lot of profits, right? But if you have like 0.10s running and then you're closing partials, then it doesn't make sense. Then I think the trailing stop loss will be more appropriate for your account size. So it really just depends how big your account size is, right? So yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions. I will be more than happy to answer them. And guys, let's see if we can hit 40 likes today. That would be really appreciated. That's our like goal. Again, going back to the daily, understand what's happening on the daily time frame. We are trading at the daily lows at the moment. Again, the New York session has been really slow so far. Is there anything we have missed out on? Not really. We haven't missed out on anything. We're kind of just waiting for our setup to show up. We have more than an hour left before the session comes to an end for us. So, you know, is there any sort of rush? No. Is this setting up? Yes. Are we going to execute in the next 7 minutes? Potentially, because what's happening in the next 7 minutes? We've got the New York Stock Exchange Open coming up. And tell me, guys, what's happening here? Did I tell you this was set up? Well, there we go. See, this here now, because I've anticipated this to happen, because I understand gold, because I've been trading just one pair for so many years now, and just one session, right? I have this sixth sense, right? I know how price action works. So look at this. What did I tell you guys? You will see one closure candle, and then potentially the next one will cause a fake out if they want to start pumping the price from here. Or another scenario is that this candle here closes as an indecisive candle. It closes as a bullish candle, but it closes as an indecisive candle. So when I say indecisive candle, let me also try and annotate, right? It means that it leaves a massive upper wick to the top side. It's still closing bullish, so the body is still bullish, okay? And is leaving a wick to the downside. So now you've got a range to the top side as well as a range to the downside. So if the next candle opens and it breaks the lows, then guess what? Most likely it's because gold wants to drop. But if it gives you no range to the top side and it ends up closing as an engulfing bullish candle, then it's suggesting that there is a lot of momentum in the markets to the top side. And with the New York Stock Exchange Open, you can see it coming back up to retest one of your key levels, which being the daily 50%. And once it goes past that daily 50% area, from there, sky's the limit, guys. Sky's the limit. Again, sell positions can work out below this, but I am not interested in anything because of this area here, and then there are rejections around this area here as well, which I've shown you guys. Looking to the left, again, price always does repeat itself, so I will be staying out of it in the next 6 minutes. Potentially we can take something. Again, the first 5 minutes of the New York Stock Exchange Open, you want to stay out of it. Again, there is a reason for that. Let me tell you the reason. Every time there is a news, right, you don't take anything in the first 5 minutes. You at least like settle down just a little bit. The same concept applies when you trade these very volatile opens, right? These NYSEs are very volatile open. For the first 5 minutes, they're trying to see where they want to take the price, right? Because there is such a huge amount of orders, like the order flow is so insane. They're trying to settle the order flow down, calm it down, so the spikiness is all over the place, because you understand the sellers are trying to sell, the buyers are trying to buy. This is where us as a small fish, we understand we don't make any, we don't create the volatility. The big fish, the institutions, the hedge funds, they create the volatility, right? They have the buying power as well as the selling power. We just let them settle the price down and then give you the move. And as soon as you start to see the move, you just jump on the wave and then you just take a little crumbs out of it, right? That's what trading is about. That's what day trading is about, right? You're looking to see which way the price will go, and you're just taking crumbs out of the markets. Basically, you're doing that on consistent daily basis, consistently, right? That's all you are doing within appropriate risk management. But again, guys, you know, even if you make 1% a day, if you get funded with a 300k account, you literally are making $3,000 every single day. So again, as a day trader, you can make a lot of money, but again, if you have sufficient capital and the skill set, then you most definitely can. But everyone can at the end of the day, because I've seen it with my own eyes, because I've helped so many people get funded. And so if I've helped so many people get funded, then I believe I can help anyone get funded, right? And that's why we're here, guys. We're trying to give you free education so you guys can change your lives as well, because I do want everyone to escape the rat race, because it's such a miserable life. You're waking up, going to your 9 to 5, coming back home. It's just like a cycle until you're either retired. And you know, in your retirement, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do in your retirement. But if in your early 30s or late 20s you can achieve financial freedom, then you have the freedom to do whatever you like for the rest of your life. And that's the target here for all of us watching this live stream, right? We all want to achieve financial freedom, but nothing good happens overnight. You know, it might seem like I'm very successful in this because all of a sudden I've picked up consistency. Guys, it's the 5 years I've put into this, a lot of years I've put into this, you know, and every single day I've done this, not a single day off. Every single day I've done this. Even you guys can ask Nuno, how long have you known me for? Do you know any time I've taken a week off or like any month off?
No, even on the Ramadan.
Even on the
trade.
Ramadan. Even on the Ramadan, I was trading. I was hungry. I was thirsty. I was still trading, guys. So I've put the work in, right? And that's all you need to do. You need to put the work in, and you can achieve anything you put your mind to. That's the crazy thing, right? Okay, guys, we've got 2 more minutes left. Let's start focusing now. We've got the 50% area just up here. The daily is starting to spike up. Let's re-measure our daily range, because we know it has violated its previous lows. So it means the daily 50% area has also moved. The daily highs are fine. Let's just be okay. The daily highs are completely fine. Let's just go back to the mid-range and see. Okay, it's 32.50, right? 32.50. Again, we will give this a go, but I recommend using appropriate lot sizes. I don't know what your risk management plan says. If you're in my private team, then I can apply you. Then I can give you a trading plan and everything. But yeah, on the breakout, let's give this a go. In the next 2 minutes, not in the next 2 minutes, and in the first 5 minutes. It will be very impulsive, guys. I'll be so honest with you. It will be super impulsive to give this a go in the first 5 minutes. So I think you should be willing to miss out on it for the first 5 minutes, but it makes sense with the NYSE volatility. So yes, above this, your trade is valid. Your TP1 area will be just before you start tapping into the daily 50%. So that when we look at the daily 50% area, let's look at the rejections to the left. These are the rejections to the left. So this is approximately about, let's say if you take a trade on the breakout, how many pips do you have to the top side? It's around 19 pips. This will be essentially your TP1 area, because it's the daily 50% area as well. So you do want to be extra bit careful here. This will be your TP1 area here. This will be your entry area on the breakout. This will be your TP1 area. add an alert here where you want to apply risk management. With the New York Stock Exchange volatility, we should be able to get this nice spike up. But again, we are not interested in taking this in the first 5 minutes. We will let this settle down a little bit, because again, remember the concept of spikiness. We will let this settle down a little bit, and then on the breakout, hopefully we can get triggered and place our stop losses below this, and then from there start aiming for the moon. And again, if you guys do take this with us, make sure you apply risk management. As soon as we do recommend you make it risk-free, you do make it risk-free, right? Until then, let's just stay out of the markets. Let's wait for this to set up. Let me just set an alert up here as well. Why do I have this key level? What's this key level? Okay, I think it's just the lows I've got marked out. So let's mark this out. There we go. That's the alert. That's basically your entry area. It makes perfect sense now for price to actually push up once it breaks past this entry area. Again, it's a game of probabilities. There is that chance you can get stopped out. You know, if you are not comfortable with taking this, don't take it. I will personally take it on my account. That's what trading is about, right? It's a game of probabilities. It could be the day today where we get stopped out, right? We are on a winning streak, but it makes sense for us to take it, right? Since we are taking a breakout here. And again, guys, your wick fills are the target. So the wick fill area here will be your target number 1. And if they do start to go past this wick fill area, then you've got the TP, the next TP area up there. But because now the entry is quite low, our TP1 area is essentially this. This is where you want to, you know, apply risk management, make it risk-free. You're taking advantage of the volatility, and the minute it starts to tap into this mess, you're making it risk-free and you're letting the rest run. So if you do give this a go here on the breakout, good luck. There we go. This is your NYSE volatility kicking in. And again, be very sensible with these positions. As soon as you get some sort of a spike up of 15 pips or so, look to the left again. You do want to apply some risk management if you can, guys, because look at this support area here, right? The minute you start to tap into this support area, there is that chance that you can get stopped out. So again, be very sensible with these positions, right? If you do enter these positions, be very sensible. Try and make it risk-free. Again, the whole point is we're trying to take advantage of the New York Stock Exchange open volatility. So as soon as the volatility dies down, they can start selling the markets again. So, okay, let it break out, let it break out, let it break out. Is retesting it, but let it break out. Let it break out. Again, as I mentioned earlier, what is a valid breakout? Couple pips above the highest, not a retest. Couple pips above the highest, at least 5 pips, you're letting it break out, and then you're letting it spike up, spike up, spike up. You're making it risk-free, and then from there, you're letting the rest run. But let it give you a breakout. This is your retest one. Next one should be a breakout, hopefully, or they should start selling the markets now after grabbing the orders from up here. So let it give you a breakout before you enter the markets. The first one here is just a retest, let it break out, and then from there, let's enter the markets. And you know, are you ready as well? In the next 2 minutes, okay?
Okay, exactly.
SOs below the previous 30-minute lows, okay?
Yes.
Let's target the 50% area, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect, bro. And then try to trail the SO if you can, bro, okay? Because
yeah, I will try.
Because they can pump all the way up to at least the daily highs now because of this consolidation. 5 pip breakout above the highs, okay? As always, but only valid is as long as they don't break the lows over here, right? So I want them to technically respect the lows by 5 pips. As long as that's happening, the trade is still valid. Otherwise, we will need some sort of closure back above. It's just a waiting game now. Would you enter more trades once confirmation? Yes. Once we have a confirmation, we'll enter this trade, and once this trade hits the TP, then yeah, we will look for another trade. But first, this trade needs to show up so we can enter. But entry is going to be above here for us, as you guys can see, above this area. Stop losses will go below this. It has not been triggered just yet, not activated just yet. But once it is activated, once it breaks above 5 pips, which is, if you guys have been following our live streams, It needs to break. Okay, now it will most likely get activated if they give you a breakout, especially in the next 5 minutes. And it's a very high probability setup, guys. So again, good luck. At the end of the day, you know, we can just wait for our setups to show up. This is my setup. If it plays out, lovely. If it doesn't play out, that's just part of the game. So use appropriate risk. Do not over risk. Good luck if you do take it. And as I said, as soon as you get this initial spike, we're taking advantage of the NYSE volatility. The minute you start to get this spike up, please apply risk management. Look to the left. You have a major support area just creeping up here. So if you can apply risk management here, you know, just take something here, make it risk-free, and let the rest just run. You know, it's about being sensible as a trader. You know, it's more than 10 pips. Make it risk-free. I'm not telling you to secure anything. If you want to secure, you can secure, but just apply the risk management and make it risk-free and let the rest run. You do need to apply risk management. Again, you're taking advantage of the volatility. So here, if it gets activated, second time it breaks out in the next 5 minutes. Now, anytime it breaks out, the trade is valid because, as I said, the first 5 minutes we stay out, and now we are looking for these trades here to the top side. Again, we do not recommend over risking on this. Do not over leverage. You know, stick to whatever your trading plan says you should risk, right? If you do not have a trading plan, you can join our team. We can give you everything that you need to stay profitable and turn your trading super systematic, right? But yeah, let's just wait for this to set up. Again, guys, another thing I do want to recommend is that you use your own broker prices to enter the markets. You look for a breakout on your own broker. Don't use this trading view. Just like we're not using the trading view to enter. We're just using the trading view for analysis. We're using our MetaTrader 5 to enter. The MetaTrader 5 with our brokers, right? We're not using this trading view to enter. This is just for the analysis. That's all this is for, analysis, right? NYSE volatility. Do we have any volatility with the New York Stock Exchange open? So far it has only given us 26 pips. This is the most volatile open. So if they do not have any sort of volatility now, guys, then, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to force any trades. All I can do is wait for my setup to show up. And, you know, this is a very volatile open. If they give you a break past this area, oh, then it's a drop, and we shall wait. It is a drop so far, and we shall wait, we shall wait, we shall wait. This is the volatility kicking in. This is good now. I really like it. I really do like it. But again, the same thing applies. They are giving you a breakout past this area, but these are your major key levels. So the trade is still valid, in my opinion, guys. It's still a valid trade. But one thing, you will need to adjust your stop losses on this if you do take it, and the new stop losses will be... Yeah. Look to the left, look to the left. You would need to adjust your stop losses. So I think it's worth waiting for at least the first 15 minutes to close, and then the next 15-minute lows being the stop losses on this. Okay. So you know, what we are going to wait for is we're going to wait for this candle here to close and the next 15 minute to open and break the highs. Okay, to enter. That's the criteria for entry. So we'll just give you a go now when the new 15-minute opens. Bro, I'm going to go grab water. Please take over. I'll be back.
All right. So you guys are understanding the concept that we are waiting. Everyone is understanding. Just let me know in the chat. Five pip breakout thing. Yeah, 5 pip breakout is very important, you know, because sometimes, because gold is a very volatile pair, you know, like it can retest the highs, break a little bit and then drop. That's what's happened now, because it doesn't break not even 1 pip on my broker. But I know some guys that place like buy stops at the highs, you know, and you can get triggered and then can go down. So the 5 pip breakout, it's a way better confirmation, because price will break above that area for at least 5 pips. You can always, I'm gonna give you a tip on your MetaTrader 5, on your weeks. You can always place a line, horizontal line, and you put it 5 pips above, and when the candle taps it or pass, you can always enter the trade with a good confirmation of 5 pips breakout. That's personally what I do. If you guys want to follow it, you're welcome. But it helps a lot, But damn, gold is dropping. Sheesh. Let's see. Yeah, I always do that. That's the better way to do it. Because if you guys gonna always measure and something, and you don't gonna have time to measure and place a trade and place TP, place stop loss, So with the line, you just put the line 5 pips above the breakout zone, and you chill. When the price goes there, you open the trade. Our leverage do you have? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it 1 to 500. But yeah. I'm trading the Danial's account, accounts. So he knows the leverage.
What's happening, my people? What's happening? We're back again, guys. Remember what I said earlier, we're playing the consolidation. When you're playing the consolidation, if this is not a breakout, this is a fake out. So this is even a better scenario now, in my opinion. So let's measure out this 4H range. I'm getting more excited about this. Either it's a breakout or it's a fake out. Fair enough, if it's a breakout, then you're seeing a weekly breakout, and most likely you will just wait for a pullback and a dump. But if we see a lot of aggression in the markets kicking in from the lows, if price starts to really push up from here, then guys, this is about to become a really nice topside scenario. And essentially, as I said, we're playing the consolidation. Look how big this consolidation is. Let me try and annotate this. Look at this consolidation, guys. This is your 4H time frame, by the way. I'm showing you this one. And so where are the consolidation lows? All the way down here. This is the first candle to give us a break below. Has it given us a closure? No, it hasn't. So is it a valid breakout? No, it is not a valid breakout. So if it's not a valid breakout, it could be the biggest fake out you have ever experienced. Okay, so there we go. Same key level, rejection. If we see the 15-minute closing above here now, I technically just want to see the next one opening and dropping, and it's basically forming that fake out, right? So SLs should go below this key area, because I don't want to see price kind of breaking past this key area. So 5 pips below will be your SLs, and the same concept applies. We're looking for the same entry, because our entry has not been activated yet. So when it gets activated, it's basically the same trade, it's the same concept. It has no business breaking above this. If it does, whatever lows it gives us is our stop loss. How big is the SL right now? Let's see. If we were to take this fake out now, it will be a little bit big. That's the only issue I can see with this. Is the SL's a little bit bigger. But this is your NYSE volatility kicking in. This is it. We've also got the first candle closing below. This candle needs to pump above. This becomes your liquidity play. This becomes, again, that same idea applies. Gold grabbing the cheapest price possible. If they can grab the cheapest price possible with the New York Open, look, they done nothing with the New York. Did the New York Open 1 o'clock? It was a dead open. It was just consolidation. And so now this is the most volatile open. So essentially this is just a delayed move. This is exactly what they wanted to do with the NY Open, but they couldn't because the volatility wasn't in the markets. Now the order flow is there. So most likely, guys, with the new 15-minute open, we should be able to take this pump to the top side. And whatever the lows are, we will use those lows as a stop loss. Same entry applies. We just need to wait for it to activate. Above this, we have a fake out forming on the 15-minute time frame. And again, as I said, if you do take these entries with us, please use your own broker prices. Don't use our broker prices. Now, it has no business breaking below this. You need to see a lot of aggression in the markets, giving your closure above the previous weekly lows, causing a nasty fake out from the lows. Are you taking into account in the 15 minutes? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I understand. I really do understand. But because it's not a drop, it's not numbers dropping, it's him starting to talk, it will bring volatility into the markets. But every time there is a high volatile event, not a news drop event, it starts to sort of pick up, like the numbers start to sink in after the first half an hour. So we will have a clean half an hour at least. But yeah, I know that's exactly, oh, this is it, guys. This is it. So SLs will have to go 5 pips below this though, because you do need a safe SL. And you know, going back space of the shock shot, this is your SL today. There's not much I can do about it. This is your SL. This is your entry. So it's a big SL today. If you can take it, take it. We personally use magic keys. So for us, this will be our SLs. The 50% area will be about 38 pips or so, right? Or another thing is, you can wait for this to give you a closure and take it on the next candle, but your SL will be a little bit big today if you are to take this entry here. Unless you want to start scalping on the lower time frames, then be my guest. But it's a bit tricky. It can work out, even this position here, if you were to give this a go, but I recommend just waiting, guys. Honestly, there's no need to jump in to a position now. Again, we've got, you know, a very volatile news event coming up in the next couple minutes, which will bring a lot of volatility into the markets, and maybe that's what they are waiting for, right? And so again, everything is there. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. Okay, good luck if you guys do take it. Good luck. If you do take it, good luck. We all know what the TP1 area is, because you can get a nasty rejection from here, kind of make it risk free and let the rest run, and good luck if you're taking it. Key area PD 50% being the target on this trade. If it gets activated, we waited for this. It's part of our trading plan. I'm going to give this a go. It stops me out, it stops me out, it goes my way, it goes my way. I will apply risk management as soon as that key level of mine gets hit, which is all the way up here. And so let's see. And let's see if we can even wait for this 15-minute. Next one can even give us a better stop loss. So it depends on you. If you want to give it a go on this, give it a go on this. Otherwise, you can always wait for the next 15 minutes to get even a more of an impulsive stop loss. I do want to check one thing quickly though, is the daily range, which has changed once again. Which has changed once again. The daily range has changed once again. So our daily 50% area should be all the way here. You've got your daily 50% area basically here, 32.50. Okay, perfect. And you've got your, where is the 4H level? Your current 4H needs to now start rejecting. There we go, that's that rejection. It's trading above its own 50% level. And where is that 50% level going based to the previous 4H? Let's also just measure that quickly. It is, okay, it's just here now. It's just here. Yeah, essentially that's why you can kind of have this as your TP1-ish level. And the minute they start to give you a retest there, you make a risk free and let the rest run. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Nasty rejections gives you a nasty fake out from here. It does make sense. It does make sense. They've given you the target for the daily as well now to the downside, and it's moved about 200 pips at this point. So there we go. It's given you a 200 pip play in the markets, and your daily 50% level is here. So yeah, again, I do want to mention though, these are very, very risky areas because you can see a very big rejection. So two scenarios you have setting up. Either you give it a go with the buy position here and you place your SL somewhere around here. This way you will be able to get your 1 to 2, 1 to 1 R2Rs very easily. Or what you can do is you can wait and have patience and maybe wait for some sort of a closure above this and then look for a breakout above the daily 50%, or even a U-turn from the daily 50% if the previous weekly lows being broken here is a valid breakout, right? But again, guys, at the moment, is this really a valid breakout? I don't know. Now the next 30-minute candle is also just around the corner, so if this does give you a breakout at this point, next 30-minute needs to respect the 50% of this 30-minute. So the 50% of this 30-minute is just here, so it's a valid stop loss. The previous weekly low area needs to be respected. It's a valid stop loss in my opinion, you know, like 24 to 25. You have the 25 level, 24. Yeah, the 24, because the 25 is that key level, right? If you understand the concept of those $5 key levels, every $5 gold reacts. So this 25 level is being respected. So max pullback you give it is 10 pips, being the 24. And so SL is below 24, so like 23.50 makes sense, is also respecting this. So you're aligning the $5 key level with this previous weekly low area as a SL. So yeah, it still will be a big SL though, but that's just price action. There's not much we can do about it. It will be a massive SL today. But you do have the range to the top side. And yeah, it's really up to you guys if you want to wait for a smaller stop loss. Usually our stop losses are very small compared to the price session today. Gold is giving us a massive stop loss. Look at the 15-minute time frame at this point as well. It is closing as a breather candle. Do we have any? Do we have room to the downside? See, now this is where it's becoming interesting, right? If this becomes a pullback and they actually give you a break below, I will be also interested in that sell position because I have the range to the downside, right? And we have also broken below the previous weekly lows. So if it starts to break below this again, it's technically again breaking a low below the previous weekly lows. It means that the previous weekly low area is now starting to turn into a resistance area, right? So if this starts to hold as a resistance area, you've got this range to the downside. As I said, I'm always interested in even selling the markets, but once I have decent range to the downside. So again, I'm going to be very fluid in the markets. Let's also give this a go. If it does start to break the lows here, SL's got above here, that's another trade I'm interested in. Break of this makes sense to the downside. This could be your entry one in the next 15 minutes, obviously. Not now. In the next 15 minutes, this could also be your sell entry area. So you could look for a sell entry from here. You're looking for this wick fill to the downside. You're using this high area as a SL, looking to the left, looking to the left, looking to the left. Or you technically want to make it risk-free, right? As soon as you get that sort of spike down. But this could be another sell. This could be another setup. Again, as I said, I'm very fluid in the markets. I don't have a bias. I'm looking for a top side play as well as a downside play. If they want to break the lows, then most likely they want to break them. They want to drop the price. So it really just depends what they want to do. Again, it has to be in the next 15 minutes. Either they break the lows, or in the next 15 minutes they break the highs up there. So you've got entry down here in the next 15 minutes, or the entry up there in the next 15 minutes. Well, not the next 15 minutes, the next 7 minutes, right? But the next 15-minute candle is what we need, basically, which is also the 1500 candle, right? Again, we had this breather candle here, right? Remember, we did talk about this concept. If it breaks the breather candle, most likely it will drop, and that's exactly what we saw, price dropping. But again, we didn't know how big of a range we had to the downside, right? So now what we need to do is we need to just wait, because now we understand how much of a range we have to the downside, right? We've got plenty and plenty of pips, at least 30, 90, 40 pips. You can easily squeeze out 20 pips. And so yeah, there we go, the stage is set. Now we just wait for this. It's a game of patience, guys. They've given you a 200 pip range on the daily now, so just remember, look at your daily. Most likely this daily can still turn into a fake out candle, guys. It really can. Even the fake out structure is potentially there until you actually see a bearish close on this candle here. This can still flip bullish. It can still flip bullish, right? So the idea still holds that they can give you that previous daily 50% target. So there we go, and your 30-minute candle is rejecting now. And if the buy position gets triggered, then the buy position gets triggered. SLs will have to go below this area here. it will be a bigger SL. But that's the thing, you would need to apply instant risk management. You would need to instantly make it risk free, because you will tap into these dangerous areas of ours, being the 4H 50% as well as the daily 50% area. So again, I do recommend, if you do take this entry here, you make it risk free. As soon as you get this spike up, it will be around, you know, 20 pips, and you can start making it risk free, and then let the rest run if you want to. If you don't want to, then that's up to you. I cannot tell you guys how to manage your positions, because I don't know what risk management plans you guys have. But for the people following us, our private members, make sure you guys are making it risk free around this, and then let the trade play out until your TPs get hit. But
Bro,
do apply
it's
risk management.
5 minutes for Paul to start talking.
Yeah, that's very true as well. So that's good for us. Power needs to start talking so we can get more volatility, right?
Yeah.
It's good for us, man. It's good for us.
Can we consider it as a new? Can we consider it as a new?
As a what?
New event, news event.
Yes, that's the thing. It's not a price drop. It's not a drop of numbers, right? They're not going to drop numbers. They're going to start talking.
Okay.
So it's a news event. It's not a drop. It's not a news drop. There's a difference. Like they don't have numbers dropping, so it's not going to be an instant.
So the rules.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. It will just bring more spikiness to the markets, basically. Okay. But that's, again, when he starts talking. They need to you know, give him at least like a couple minutes for, you know, for him to say something. Then the price can start picking up the fundamentals, right? But it's not going to be like an instant. He's going to start talking and price will go crazy.
All right.
It could have been priced in. Yeah, majority of the things are priced in anyway, bro. Majority of these news events are priced in. They are priced in. Okay, if you guys want to give this a go, you can. If you want to wait for the new 1H to open, which could be with the news, you can also wait. It's really up to you guys. If you do give this a go, be my guest. But make it risk-free, as I said, up here, because the thing is, it's a risky area because it's the 4-hour 50% and it's the daily 50%. Usually the buys above there will be very safe, but if you want to give it a go here, you can, but you want to make it risk-free up here. Again, it's about, yeah, you will need to make it risk-free. I'll be completely honest with you guys. You would need to make it risk-free. So it's up to you guys. It is a bit of a tricky position. If you want a safer position, then wait for the 1 hour to open and then some sort of a break above. The daily 50% area could give you something cleaner. Until then, it's a bit, there we go. Oh, it's activated. Oh, okay, I think it's activated. Wait for it. Has it been triggered, bro, yet or no?
No.
No? Make sure 5 pip area, got it marked out. Everyone, make sure you got it marked out, the 5 pip area. It is getting triggered, so there we go. Again, as I said, be very careful. If you do take this, be very careful, guys. Like, this area is a dangerous area. If you can, wait for it. If you can, wait for this area here to get violated. I recommend waiting for this area here to get violated if you want to take a safer trade. You can wait for the 1H and you can look for something above it, because look at the volatility kicking in. It's going to get very spiky. This is because of the fundamentals. If you want my opinion, the safest trade will be above the daily 50% area, and you can also wait for a stop loss on the next candle. But if you want to give this a go, be my guest. I cannot give you financial advice, but if you want the safest trade, it has to be above the daily 50% area. And if you want to take it here, take it here. But at the moment, entry not activated.
Yeah, it's activated, bro.
For you, it's activated?
Yeah.
Okay, let's activate it then.
Just a little bit.
Okay, let's go then. We can activate it. All right, we can activate it then. It's fine. But if yours is not activated, then you know you can always wait, guys. If yours is not activated, because there is manual execution here. If yours is not activated, you can still wait. Do recommend waiting here. You've got 1 more minute left. You need a massive spike up in the next minute. Be very careful because news is kicking in. It can go either way. If you want the safest trade, wait for this area here to break and then look for the buyer positions for the rest of the day. You can see gold pumping up to your 39 level. Or also the next one can open and give you a very nasty drop. So be very careful here. If you want the safest trade, wait for the daily 50% area to break. This wick fill area is the main area you want to see gold breaking past, and then from there, again, sky's the limit. Until then, because you're still trading at this key level, this candle can just drop. It really depends. So it's the safer bet to now let this candle play out. And if it breaks again, it's really up to you. But there's a very high chance this candle can break the lows. But if it breaks above, then it breaks above. It's up to you guys. Again, this is not financial advice, but this is a very decent trade. If it does start to break above here now, it's a very decent trade. But if your entries have not been activated, I would recommend waiting for this, because it was a very massive spike up. Again, you know, those spikes are not valid breakouts. Every time there's a crazy spike, it's not valid breakout. This is where you want to be careful with the spike. Lay spike up, wait for it to break 5 pips again. That's when you enter. Like, the spikes are very unexpected. That's why sell stops and buy stops are dangerous. You don't want to take them. So I do recommend, if you guys can wait for it. Take a trade once this candle gives you a break above here, and then you can kind of use this as a stop loss here if you can. But it's really up to you guys. Be my guest. If you want to take it, take it. If you want the safest trade, then wait for a closure above this area here. That would be the safest trade. If you want to wait for it, wait for a closure above this area here. I've also made it activated here because Nuno's thing got activated, but that's completely fine. Otherwise, if you guys have not taken the trade, don't force it. Don't activate your entries just yet. It's just an open. Did they really give you a 5 pip breakout after the spike? Nuno, I don't think they gave you a 5 pip breakout, bro. After the
For me, it was 7 pips.
No, but they gave you the spike breakout, but they never gave you a 5 pip
8
breakout
pips.
after. They gave you another breakout after the spike. This was the spike, and then from there, they dropped the price. They never gave you a 5 pip breakout again, did they? I don't think, bro. It's not activated, bro. It's not activated just yet. But wait for it. Now let it play out. As soon as it gets activated, guys, then let it play out. But at the moment, it's no valid entry, because look, this is the spike up. You need to wait for a pullback, and you need to wait for a 5 pip breakout. Spike up is dangerous. You don't want to take the spikes, but if you've activated it, fair enough. But you always wait for the spike. Never take the spike with the fundamentals, but it's the same rules, so it's completely fine. Stop losses and more entries. What could we do? How could we scale into this? I think, guys, I'll be honest with you guys. The way we can play this now is, if they do start to give you a breakout above this, you can start to get in plenty of scale-ins, but it needs to respect this area. Because if it breaks past this area, then as I mentioned, you've got a sell position here also lurking around the corner like this. Let me know in the chat, did your entries get activated? Let me know. Yeah, his spread probably caught it. Yeah, let me know, guys. Did you guys enter yet, or you're still waiting? Let me know in the chat. So then I can kind of like give you appropriate risk management. Let me know. Because we've got two scenarios setting up here, either to the top side or to the downside. But again, never take a spike. Let me tell you guys what a spike is. Spike is a fundamental play. Just like with the NYSE, there is a spike. With the NY, there is a spike. Let's wait for it. Let me know in the chat. If you guys are still waiting, then guys, this sell position here is lurking around the corner. Let me know in the chat, everyone. Otherwise, it's a very nice position setting up here. Again, don't take the spikes, take the breakouts. Try and understand price action. Don't take the spikes, take the breakouts. Let me show you the 30-minute time frame. Oof, that rejection on the 30-minute time frame though, holy. But this position makes plenty of sense now. It's also below the 50% area. I like this position, I'll be honest with you guys. I do like this position. Let me know in the chat, has it been activated or not? Waiting, still wait. Okay, everyone's waiting. Perfect. Guys, this is the position, because again, never take the spike. Wait for a valid breakout. We understand what the breakouts are. Again, wait for the breakout here. It has to be a valid breakout. Either a nasty rejection from here and we see a clean spike back up, then this trade becomes valid to the top side or to the downside. We've got the room to the downside, we've got the room to the top side. It's a game of probabilities. If they give you a break here, they want to sell the markets, and this is a decent SL. If they want to break the price up, then they want to take the price up. It's a decent position to the top side. Just need to wait for it now, in my opinion. Sell looks much better, I think. Did you waiting? No, bro, buys look beautiful as well, man. This is just a pullback. They look very nice. That's why we're gonna take it either way. Don't have a bias. Trust me, don't have a bias, because this previous weekly low area, if it breaks below, then is a sell position. Until then is a retest. They're gonna spike the price up, man. Did you close, Nino? No, we don't close, and we let the trade play out. If it gets activated, it's part of the game. If it got activated, it got activated. It's part of the game. It's not a big deal. It's just part of the game. But yeah, either this or that. Either they give you a rejection from the previous weekly low area and then they give you the pump, or guys, this is a clean position to the downside setting up now. SLs will go here. You want to make it risk-free as soon as... At this point, man, I'll be honest with you, because you've got the fundamentals kicking in, two scenarios can take place. See, the thing is, right, you can get this scale in now and you can start letting it run to the downside. Or what you can do is, if you're interested in looking for those bullish positions today, you can kind of again ignore this position here and wait for it to start rejecting this level here and then start buying. So these are two positions that I'm interested in. Either one that shows up makes sense. You've got the range to the downside, you've got the previous weekly lows, or you've got the previous weekly low area as a breakout area or as a rejection area causing a fake out. So either way, it makes sense. Again, use your own broker prices. Do not use my trading view prices. When I say broken prices, mark these levels on your brokers and look for the breakouts on your own brokers. If you copy the trading view prices, you will get taken out every single time, because the prices are completely different on your trading view. They're completely different on the brokers. We just use this for rough analysis. We also don't use this to enter the markets, right? This is just for the analysis, because it lets you do so much more compared to the MetaTrader 5, right? Hopefully everyone understands that. All you need to do is you need to mark these lows and the highs on your own brokers. Look at your brokers. When it gives you a breakout, you take it. Otherwise, you stay out of it. It's very simple, guys. Look, it's also retesting the 4-hour 50% area, and if it does start to give you a rejection from this 4-hour 50% area and it starts to give you a break below the previous weekly low area, what are the chances that this is going to start pumping back up? Super low. Most likely it wants to drop. But as long as the lows are being respected, it's a risky play. It's very, very risky. It's very, very risky to look for a sell-off here as well. So you need a nice clean valid breakout, because then you have a wick fill to the downside. Otherwise, you need to wait for it. There's not much we can do here, guys. Markets are very slow. All we can do is just wait. The scenarios are there. It doesn't mean you execute every 2 minutes. You have to wait. What a choppy session once today, though. You had nothing. You literally saw consolidation this whole time, unfortunately. Very choppy day today. Look at this. Very, very choppy day today. Even before, very choppy. But that's the thing now. They have given you the leg down, and they have given you the upper wick, 4H 50% area retest, daily 50% area trading below the daily 50% area. They have broken below the previous weekly lows. Anytime they break below this, it should be a clean drop down till this. You can make a risk free around this area, which is the 50% of the profit target, and from there let the rest run, basically. It's just a waiting game at this point. Sells look much better. What are you guys interested in? Buys or sells? But at the moment, nothing looks good. It's just a waiting game, guys. It's just a waiting game. It's slow markets. I don't want to FOMO into any positions, so I'm gonna wait. If it shows up, it shows up. Otherwise, what can we do? They are talking now, so there should be some sort of volatility in the markets. But yeah, it's a clean buy position as long as this area is being respected. This can turn into a breather candle. Next one opens, breaks the highs. Your buy position is still valid. It will pump. Otherwise, it can drop. We just need to wait. There's not much we can do. I'm not the market maker. I cannot press the button and tell them to move the price. As long as this level is being respected, it's still bullish. This will turn into a breather candle. It needs to break above, and it should be a clean pump up. Clean pump. So yeah, it's still a bullish position. It's still a buy position. We just have to wait for it to set up. That's all it is. So this will be your SLs for the buy position now. You have to have tight SLs, and the tightest SL you can really get at the moment is... I'm trying to see if I can make it small, but yeah, it's tricky because the price action is really volatile today, right? So it's a bit hard to get smaller SLs. So make sure it's all calculated. Don't open up the same lot sizes you open up every day. Every day requires different lot sizes, otherwise you will blow your account up. That's why, guys, trading education is required. Every single day you cannot open the same lot size. It depends how big the SL is. It depends what the price action is like. It depends how volatile the price action is. Even if you have the same stop loss, if the price action is super volatile, you can get slippage. So always be careful. Always be careful. But this is I think this is the second time we've literally had to stay out of the markets. It's been very hard. It's been very hard. But yeah, it's setting up again. As I said, it's a breather candle, and the next one breaks the highs. Your buy position is still valid. Yeah, entries again, same area for the entries. At this point, it will be a valid breakout. Entries are up here. SLs will go down there. With the next candle, you need to get entries up there, and yeah, at the moment you're just letting it play out. Now you have a tighter SL, but yeah, to be honest, the next candle has no business breaking this, so it's a decent SL. There we go. It is playing out, but it's just a very slow day. And originally the stop loss we gave out was down here, but I do recommend making it tighter now. You don't have to have the first big stop loss. You can have a tighter stop loss because now price action has changed again. So you can reduce your stop loss now, 5 pips below this, and yeah, that's the play. Up here is the entries. Again, use your own broker prices. Don't use this. I cannot tell you when to enter or exit. Mark the areas out. You guys know what we're looking for. Look for it. Just make it risk-free near this area. Again, mark this area on your broker. It's a key level up here, the daily 50% area. So yeah. Two more minutes left. Very nice spikiness kicking into the markets. Next candle needs to open and pump and take us to the moon, because there's two things that can take place: either a resistance candle or a breather candle. So far, breather candle is rejecting the previous weekly low area. We technically just need to, yeah, if it gives you a closure above this, then it's ended up closing as a rejection candle, rejecting the lows, and our idea is still being respected, which is the buy trade. And again, guys, there is no sells are better or buys are better. It's just whatever shows up, you take it if it's in your trading plan, right? So the buys are in our trading plan at the moment. If it breaks above, this is a breather candle. Sells are dangerous, buyers are lovely, all the way to the moon. We shall go all the way to the moon today, hopefully. That's the plan. But again, markets are consolidating, so today is a bit tricky, guys. Markets are still consolidating. Can this play out? Yes. You could also look for an impulsive play here, maybe, if you want. On the break of this, you could, but markets are consolidating. So again, I do want to mention there is that chance where they could give you a break, but they could again start selling the markets after. You could look for an impulsive entry here, 5 pips above. You could look for a impulsive entry on the break of this 5 pips above on the next candle, and yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because on the break of this, you could have this area here where you can make it risk-free, TP1 area. Let me set the alert. And yeah, good luck if you guys go for it. On the break of this, it makes sense. It's a valid position. And also, there you go. If it breaks above, it's a valid position, but you want to make a risk-free near this area. It's still a consolidation. Keep that in your mind. It has given you a closure above the 50% area. It's rejecting the previous weekly low area. It is also respecting the support area. It just needs to break the breather candle, and then we're expecting a volatile pump on gold, at least up to your daily 50% area, and then that's the trade TP1 hit. But I do want to emphasize on this level, it's a consolidation, so if you do take it, there is that probability where you can get stopped out because of the consolidation. So be my guest, if you do take it, the spike up is risky, but again, it's a waiting game. If you want the safest trade, guys, as I said, wait for a break above the daily 50% area. But at the end of the day, it's super late into the session now. If they do give you something now, fair enough, let's take it. Otherwise, I don't want to be hit all day, man. Because think about it, right? This is where you want to see if there is volatility in the markets, because while you are waiting, drop a like. Yes, sir. Guys, drop a like while you are waiting. Yes, drop a like. For a sell position, it's very decent below this. If you can get a closure below this, because there is that chance of gold causing a fake out from here, because you understand the 30-minute structure lows are all the way down there, right? So this could be a retest and a pump, so they could cause a fake out. So if you do get closure and a breakout, that's when the sell positions are valid. Until then, you have the breather candle, exactly what you need before a buy position sets up. Now you just need a breakout candle, and the breakout candle should give you at least this area here. So let's see. Oh, who's that? But on these days, guys, people blow their accounts up because they take too many trades. Either you're going to be like us, who's just waiting and waiting and waiting, or you're going to be like the other people who blow their accounts up. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather stay out of the markets and not take every single opportunity markets thrown your way and just wait and just not take anything, save your risk? Or would you want to be like the others who kind of have blown their accounts up? Yo, what's good? What's happening, Piri? Man, today has just been a very long day, just waiting all day. Haven't taken any positions, man. Just been waiting and waiting and waiting. Such a slow session today, but I think this buy position here is about to set up. If you guys do take it, make it risk-free up here. And again, we understand the price, it has been quite slow. So guys, if you do take it, make it risk-free up here. If it gets triggered, you take it, make your positions risk-free up here. That's your TP1 area. TP1 area is up here. Essentially, you can make it risk-free here, which is approximately about, you know, guys, it's decent, you know, it's about 18 pips. Why not make it risk-free here and let the rest run? Because they can always reject this area. Why not make it risk-free here and let the rest run, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? Make it risk-free around this area. If you, okay, oh, there it is. Okay, let's just all pray to God that we can hit our TPs now. At this point, there's not much I can do, guys. We've been waiting. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. Wait for a valid breakout on your own brokers. And at this point, it's a game of probabilities. If it's consolidation, then it's going to start rejecting. If they want to give you a breakout, then they should give us our TP. It's a game of probabilities now. Use appropriate risk management. Wait for a breakout on your own brokers. As I said, 5 pips above. And if you take it, now just pray to God it plays out. Absolute garbage. Yeah, I know, bro. Absolute garbage. Again, use your own brokers. Please do not use TradingView to enter. You will get taken out. On the brokers, the positions have not been activated just yet. So use your own brokers. Oh, because my TradingView bugs out anyway. So use your own brokers to enter. And if you do enter, stop losses will go below the previous 15-minute lows. Again, use your own brokers to see where the 15-minute lows are and where the highs are. And then from there, just pray that it plays out. It's a game of probabilities. There's not much I can do, but if this doesn't show up in the next 11 minutes, I would recommend staying out of the markets. It's super slow. You guys can see the minute it gives you a retest, it rejects. There's not much you can do. But sell positions are risky. Don't take them. Wait for these buy positions to show up. As soon as it shows up, essentially you need volatility here. It makes sense up to at least this area. Wait fill, very realistic target. SLs below this. This is your clean target one. Here you want to start securing, make it risk free, and then let the rest run on this position. How is Paul Speaks going? Well, we'll find out as soon as the volatility kicks in. At the moment it's quite dead. It's not clearing this garbage area here. Nuno, did you tell them how they can use their own broker prices, by the way? Because you're the execution guy.
Okay. So guys, imagine you are waiting a breakout above here. The price.
Wait, bro. Wait. Yeah, because this position here. Guys, again, make sure you're looking at your own charts. Don't look at trading view because you will miss out on this position. And so if you miss out on it, that's on you. Use your own broker. If it gives you a 5-pip breakout, take it. On your own broker, not on the trading view. Don't take it on the trading view. It will destroy your trading account. Looks like a sell, bro. Yeah, it can sell off. It can sell off. But at the moment, it's super bullish, man. I don't know about the sells unless it starts to break past this key area. I don't know about sells, bro. Seems quite bullish so far. But you do need a break above this. And when it does break above, it's bullish. Until then, yeah, it's a sell-off. It really just depends what they do. If they do break below this, I wouldn't recommend taking a sell, even though it can play out. Don't get me wrong, they're giving you a double retest of the 4H 50% area. Break below this, they can sell the markets, but it's dangerous. Best thing to do, wait for a closure below or a break below to sell the markets. But yeah, it does look like a sell. It's quite bearish. They have given you the previous weekly lows. They have broken the previous weekly lows. They again failing to break above. So it seems quite bearish. As long as the lows over here are being respected, it's super bullish. It really just depends. Big time manipulation. Yeah, man, it's the fundamentals. The markets are slow. I'm looking for this buy position. If the sell shows up, then the sell shows up. But I'm interested in the buy position at the moment. I don't care about the sells. It's trading above the previous weekly lows. It's forming a support. It's giving you a breather candle. We just need a volatile play to the top side to give us this breakout, give us the TP. Apply risk management as soon as it gives you a spike up. If you enter, again, use your own broker prices. If this does not show up in the next 8 minutes, then you can call it a session, but we will try and extend the stream here for another hour. It just depends, guys. There's not much I can do. Not a market maker. The setup is there. If it shows up, it shows up. Other than that, there's not much I can do. I'm not the market maker. I am not the market maker. Nuno, man, press the button. Tell them to move the markets. You're the market maker, bro. There we go. Look, he pressed the button, guys. He pressed the button. See, he pressed the button. He pressed the button. I told you guys. Tell Nuno to press the button. There we go. See, the button has been pressed. It's about to turn into a rocket ship. Make sure you guys are ready to secure your profits here.
Hello, Paul. Say something big.
Oh, man, it's just super slow at the moment. They need to really press the button, man. They need to press the button. I just want to make this risk-free so I can just call it a session here as soon as this gets hit. It gets in, make it risk-free, and then I don't want any stress for the day. I don't want to let this play. I don't want to keep my stop losses open. I just want to be in, risk-free, secure, and then just do whatever for the rest of my day. But it just needs to stop breaking, right? Guys, can we hit 40 likes? That's our target on the YouTube live stream. If we can hit 40 likes, we will be really grateful. Really grateful. As you guys can see, we've been waiting all day. If this shows up, and give it a go. There we go. It seems like the breakout is about to happen, guys. Be very sensible. As I mentioned, it's a massive rejection. Oh, okay. They're giving you a breakout. They're giving you a breakout. Okay, at this point, if it gets triggered on your brokers, then this is the risk-free area. We've been waiting all day for this. If this gets triggered on your broker, the risk-free area is up here. It's about 16 pips. You want to start making a risk-free as soon as they give you the spike up. There we go. You do have potential rejections approaching here. So just be very sensible here, guys. Let's see. If you have been triggered here, this is a very high probability trade now. There's not much I can do about this if this goes against you, okay? Because it is in a consolidation. If they do start to reject the price now and they start to break the lows, have you guys been triggered? Let me know in the chat. Have you guys been triggered or still waiting? Because it is in a consolidation, so it will take its time, but they are giving us all the confirmations we need for the price to go up. The only thing I can see now is that gold can just consolidate. They're giving you a breakout, they're giving you a breather candle, they're giving you a support. At this point, it's this consolidation that's holding. So either they give you a pump, or otherwise they're going to just start ranging the markets, and you can just, yeah, at this point is a high probability trade. There's not much we can do other than just wait. It's a very slow session, guys. There's not much I can do here. We just have to kind of wait. It's a very slow session. There is not much we can do. We're not the market makers. Come on, gold. Pump, pump, pump. Come on, one spike up. I just want to see this area get hit so I can call it a session here. Come on, gold. Pump, pump, pump. Barcode session. Literally, gold is printing barcode today, bro. It's not moving, is it? It's not moving, man. It's not moving. Yeah, it's just a barcode session today, but this is a decent position, man. On the break of the breather candle up to at least this range here, it's a decent position. And you do want to make it kind of like apply risk management if it breaks below this key area. Look, as long as the previous weekly low area is being respected, it's becoming a fake out. But if they give you some sort of a breakout below the previous weekly low area, then obviously the weekly trend is bearish. But at this point, it's a slow session. There's not much we can do here. If you guys want, call it a session here, come back tomorrow. That's a very smart thing to do. You can just call it a session here and come back tomorrow. If you are interested in taking something, then this buy position makes sense. Otherwise, guys, call it a session, come back tomorrow. But it's a very slow session so far. And yeah, we have a 100% win rate so far. Haven't taken a single loss on the stream. We've had all winners last week. Yesterday was a massive winner. So no need to force a trade. If this works out, this works out. I'm interested. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'll call it a session. If they do start to sell the markets, then I'm not going to take any trades. I'll call it a session. If this plays out, I'm interested. Otherwise, guys, just because you can press a button doesn't mean you have to press it every day. Be sensible. Just understand you're not the market maker. If the markets are not moving, there's not much we can do. Session timings are very crucial. That's why I'm giving it this hour for this here to make some sort of a wave up and give us this pump, and so we can secure profits here and run away from the markets. That's all I want. I just want to spike up, secure something around this area, and then run away from the markets, honestly. But mostly this can pump up to your previous daily 50% area. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Can we get that spike up? Can we get the spike up? Let's go, let's go. God, give us that spike up. I mean, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, guys. Say, with me. Let's go. Make it risk free, make it risk free, make it risk free. Guys, make it risk free, make it risk free at the restaurant. Make it risk free. Your TV1 area getting hit. Make it risk free. That's it. That's it. 16, 15 pips. Make it risk free. I don't care if it rejects. Risk is off. No more stress for the rest of the day. No more stress for the rest of the day. I don't care if it takes me out at break even. It can do whatever it like. I'm making it risk free. That's it. That's completely fine. You got your TP1 area, which was there for a reason. If you secured something, you secured something. If you want to re-enter, then I don't know, man. I think this is it. I wanted to apply risk management. Risk management has been applied. It was a nice clean spike up, which we anticipated. And if you want to take another position, then I would say wait for this breakout here, but gold's going to spike up. If you're still holding this position, most likely gold's going to spike up to at least your previous daily 50%. Nino, make sure you close 50% on this, okay?
Okay.
50%, bro, just close it. There we go. Told you guys, it's going to pump up. You just need to wait for it. But yeah, there we go. Oh man, waited all day for this. do apply risk management. As I said, you can either trail your stop losses when it pumps up, or you can close partials. But because I think majority of you guys watching will have very small trading accounts, closing partials will be the most sensible thing to do, in my opinion, for all of you guys, right? But there we go. I have been waiting for this, but this is it, man. Daily 50% getting retested is the main thing we're looking for on this. I don't know where the entries are for you guys. Probably down here on the breather candle. But yeah, apply risk management, let the rest run. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Drop a W in the chat, guys. Drop some W's in the chat. What did I tell you is going to pump up? Nino, make sure it's risk-free, okay? Oh, what did I tell you guys is going to pump up? What did I tell you guys is going to pump up? Drop a W in the chat, guys. What did I tell you is going to pump up? Make it risk-free and let it pump. Nuno, did you secure your 50%, bro? Okay, bro, just make sure it's risk-free. What did I tell you guys is going to pump up? There we go. We just has to wait. Now this is going to turn into such a crazy rocket ship, man. Look at the target to the top side. What did I tell you guys is going to be higher time frame, fake out, watch gold fly, guys. Just watch gold fly now. Just watch it fly. Watch this just fly. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, drop a like on the stream. Drop some W's in the chat as well. Such a stressful day today. Such a stressful day. But look, the one position I gave up played us straight to the TV. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. I'm out. Quick scale for today. I'm out. That's what we like to hear, my brother. Everyone's made profits. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. That's what we like to see. Let's go. Let's go. See, patience pays, guys. 100% win streak is still holding. We don't take losses here. The win streak is still holding. Let me know in the chat, guys. Did you catch this with us? How was the session here for you guys today? Also, are you letting this run? Again, I mentioned letting the runners do their thing, chill the stop losses, or do whatever you need to do. No FOMO, got my pip, great pump. Amazing, my brother. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, gold's gonna fly now. It's gonna turn into a rocket ship. It's gonna turn into a rocket ship. Nuno, check WhatsApp. Oh man, gold's gonna turn into a rocket ship now. Honestly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Beautiful W. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. The minute it goes past this area, oh, it's gonna go crazy, man. It's gonna go crazy. As long as you're gonna go crazy now. You know, the thing is, right? This is where, like, if they start to actually give you a break past the daily 50% area, it can start pumping. But again, at the same time, guys, we have to be very fluid in the markets, right? If they actually start to reject the price now from the daily 50% area, and they actually bring it all the way back down and start breaking the lows here, then you can start selling the markets as well. But at this point, it should be it should be a very nice spike up, at least up to this next TP area. This should be your TP3 area, essentially. You want to start securing your TP2 somewhere here. This should be your TP2 area, which was again the entry area earlier for us, right? This should be like your TP2 area. And then the final TP should be the PD 50% as well as the daily highs. You should let the price run up to the daily highs. But as I said, only if it breaks past this area here, right? Only if. And man, with the fundamentals kicking in now, it could give you a very crazy spike up. We have also been consolidating, so imagine breakout of a consolidation, also fundamentals kicking in, it can give you a very big spike up or spike down. Just make sure risk management has been applied at this point. That's all that matters. It was a tricky day, so make sure Nuno SO at BE as well. Make sure everyone SO at BE,
yeah.
SOs, and let the rest run. A very nice spike up, guys. Again, for the session being so slow, we still did pretty well. Everyone get it to 40 likes, man. Appreciate. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be back. It should be a clean day because we've got fundamentals coming in. You know, our streak is still going. Our streak is still alive. Still haven't taken a loss, man. Let's go. Been nothing but a blessing. Very difficult day today. Very difficult day today, but we survived once again. Again, we survived. But it was only because we were very patient, right? And this is your HTF fake out, man. This can start flying to the top side now. Honestly, this 4H has the potential of flying all the way to the moon, causing the nastiest fake out from down here. They've generated so much liquidity now. They can honestly take the price all the way back up. But they need to really do it in an aggressive manner. There needs to be a lot of aggression in the markets. So yeah, that's why I did recommend taking this entry on the breakout here. At this point, you have caught around 34 pips so far. And let's see if it gives you the next TP. So far, 34 pips on this trade here. Do the IG story. Yes, sir. I will do the IG story. But you guys need to drop some W's in the chat, guys. Drop some W's in the chat. Let's get the chat active, and then I'll do the IG story. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And we're here to take over. Trust me, guys. Here to stay for the top spot.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's go. Look at this spike. Look at this spike. Let's go. What did I tell you guys? This is gonna go crazy, man. It's gonna go crazy. Oh, spike. Oh, crazy spike, man. Crazy spike. Guys, come on. I'm gonna make an Insta video. Let's drop some dog. Oh, look at this spike. What did I tell you guys? It's gonna pump. What did I tell you? Wait for it. Have patience. It's gonna pump. Oh, look at this spike. Crazy play. Let's get the likes up to 40 likes, guys. Come on. Crazy pump. Wow. Holy spike, man. Crazy spike on gold. Crazy spike. Wow. 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 See, that's that daily 50% area getting retested, man. If they start breaking past this area, it's gonna go crazy, man. Like, they're gonna give you a complete breakout. Oh, it's gonna be the nastiest breakout above here. And from our entry now, it's pumped up about 40 pips so far. But yeah, guys, if they break past this area here, that's when it becomes fun. Because I think this could be the move, pretty much like, you know, almost done. But let's see what they do, honestly. Let's see. Let's see what they can do the rest of the session. If it comes down and takes the runners out now, it will be time to call it a session here. Until then, sky's the limit, honestly. Please play stop loss. Please play stop loss. This is risk free, my friend. Stop loss is at break even. Stop loss at BE. We had a stop loss, man. Well, this guy thinks we just got the position open. There's no stop loss. Yeah. Come on, bro. The stop loss is at break even. It's at break even. Stop loss is at entry. This is in profits right now. Oh, that's funny. That was actually funny. But yeah, guys, look, this is what trading is about. You guys saw it for your own self. Amazing stuff, brother. I'm done for today. See you tomorrow. Take care, my brother. Take it. See you tomorrow, bro. See you tomorrow. But yeah, guys, also make sure everyone is in our Discord. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on the Discord, guys. The Discord link is in the description. Nuno, could you also please post it in the chat? Thank you so much. How many pips are you so far from your position? The positions are down here, bro, on the break of this candle. So you're up around almost 40 pips. Pops up. But yeah, this is where your stop losses are at break even. It means that your stop losses are at the entry now. So if it hits the entry, you get taken out and you've secured your profits up there. Basically, that's how the game goes. So you make it risk free this way, right? You let the price go up to your TP area, you secure something, and then you kind of like what's it called? Put your stop losses to break even, and then if it hits, then it hits. Pips Google keeps correcting me. But yeah, man, very nice session once again today. Very nice session. Okay. Come on, gold. Let's go. Come on. One more spike up. Come on, gold. Let's go. I know it's going to spike up. I know. Come on. Let's go, gold. Let's go. Oh, this is so nice. Come on, gold. Let's go. Let's go. This is just this TP3 area, I guess. Here, I'm laughing. More than satisfied. Come on, gold. Let's go. Spike up. Where are you from? In terms of like, oh, let's go. Look at this fly, guys. What did I tell you? Gold is going to the moon. Literally. It's going to the moon. In terms of my ethnic background, I'm Pakistani, but I live in London, bro. I'm from London, but oh, let's go. Oh, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Damn, so nice. When do you decide to move your stop loss? Man, it depends, bro. It depends. There's so many things that goes into it. I can't answer that for you here. There's so many things that goes into it. It really depends, bro. It depends on the price section. It depends on how volatile markets are. It depends how much of a range I have. There's so many things it depends on. I can't answer that. It's not something. It really just, the experience will kind of like tell you when you can or when you can't, or the right education, right? Kind of like understanding and learning my strategy will tell you. Oh, let's go. Come on, gold. We got this. We got this. We got this, gold. We got this, gold. We got this. We got this, gold. We got this. Come on, gold. Let's go. Come on, gold. Let's go. One more TP. I just want this. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, man. It's coming. It's retesting this key level. If it breaks past this key level, it's coming. It's going to start flying because you're about to go past this key level. Can we get a 5 pip breakout above this key level? It will start flying straight to the moon if it does that. This is literally you grabbing liquidity all the way from the lows, which I showed you guys earlier. And now gold can fly to the top side for the rest of the day. It's insane. But again, this level here needs to break. It needs to break. It needs to break. Now this candle here either gives you a clean drop or a clean pump to the moon. What will it do? What can this candle... See, the fundamentals are kind of like kicking in now. It's a bit, you see the way it's getting very spiky. See ya, Samita, what's happening, bro? See ya, dear, and you know, appreciate that, bro. See you. But yeah, guys, very successful session once again. Kind of like fluctuated at 43 pips or so, so far. But yeah, again, don't want to encourage any sort of over trading here. Appreciate everyone here for joining again today. Very nice successful session here, guys. Very nice successful. So we'll be back tomorrow. Again, I'm kind of like zoned in here. We'll be back tomorrow again, guys. Price session should be much better. Make sure you drop a like, guys. Join our Discord. You know, secure profits. And yeah, guys.